If we had, yes, donate to the school, $ FDMG school on your Cash App. 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 If you need to mail in your donation, make it payable to the FDMG Academy, P.O. Box 9634. P.O. Box 9634. P.O. Box 9634, Wilmington, Delaware. That is Wilmington, Delaware, 19809. We appreciate $1, but we would rather have 10. We appreciate $20, but we would rather have 50. We appreciate $50, but we would rather have 100. We appreciate $100, but we would rather have 200. We're trying to renovate a school, brothers and sisters. We're trying to renovate a school. We're not fixing a flat tire. We're not fixing a flat tire. We're not opening up a penny candy shop. We're not selling water ices, okay? We're not selling hot dogs. We're renovating a school. Do you understand? Do you understand? So please, brothers and sisters, give what you can. We're building an institution, okay? Trying to give our children a chance that we didn't have. That's what we're doing. I don't have to pin it because I done already told you what it is. Don't be lazy. $ FDMG school. Don't be lazy. $ FDMG school. Before I continue with my message, thank you, Sister Avanti, $10 coming on the Cash App. Thank you, sister. Next time, make it 20, but thank you for that 10. I know you barely had that. Thank you, sister.
All right. Thank you all so much for tuning on in. The Umar Johnson saga continues to spiral out of control. We got quite a bit to get to. Cookie Crush Chat Sunday Deadbeat. You know what time it is. Let's go.
FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. It's coming.
Hold on. Yeah. Nah, I got this.
FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. It's 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 coming. Oh, it's coming. FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. Thought his personality be twerking. It's twerking.
It's amazing. Umar's been doing all of this for all of these years, parading around all around the world, and he's not even in his children's lives. And it's not just one. It's not just two. It's three. He's a 3-time deadbeat. Here's baby mama number 1. This is the court record, right? Excuse me. Yeah, Sister Avanti. Here's from the, this is from his child support docket. Okay, this is all public record. This is baby mama number 1. This is baby mama number 2. And this is baby mama number 3. And as Umar's told these different stories, he actually mentions all 3, but he only claims 2. This is the young lady we've been covering more recently. She's 22 years old. She has gotten in contact with her sibling, and that would be the child of this baby mama. This is another daughter. And then there's a third baby mama, at least. And this one he's spoken about, because her and her mother, they have a place of business in Philadelphia. It's a restaurant. So Umar has, in fact, mentioned baby mama number 1. He's mentioned baby mama number 2. And he's mentioned baby mama number 3. He's told stories about each one of these, but for whatever reason, he only claims 3. And I'm going to propose that he has more out there. He's been living a sexually promiscuous lifestyle for over 20 years. No, we can say 30 years now. He's been living a sexually promiscuous lifestyle, traveling all over the world since 2010. So over the last 15 years, traveling all over the world, sexually exploiting these women, black women. I'll propose that he has more than 3, but I just showed you all the receipts, and there's more receipts coming. Okay, I've been talking about this for years. Umar, and yet he'll travel all over the world. He's talking about how we need to save black boys and how we need to have our black families intact and how we need to marry the black women. He's not married. He doesn't have a family. He's sexually exploits black women. He's creating baby mamas. He's creating broken homes. And then on top of that, he don't take care of his kids. What kind of man? I would like for one of you Umar Johnson followers one of these days to explain away why it is that Umar Johnson has at least 3 baby mama and it has been absent in all of his 3 children's lives. And I'll propose he has more, but on record with receipts, he has 3. I would like for y'all to explain that and then explain why it is that Umar only claims 2 out of the 3, even though he tells stories about these 3 children and these 3 baby mamas, and it's always the baby mama's fault. They wanted him to marry them, and that's why they're upset, and they try to keep the baby. It's the same old Pookie, black male deadbeat rhetoric. I have compiled all of the comments and allegations and assertions made by Umar Johnson's 22-year-old daughter. And I've edited out anything where she's talking about things unrelated to Umar. And that file is, I'm going to say it's about an hour long. Okay. One of the stories she tells is how Umar lied about her mom and said that her mom wanted Umar to marry her. And that how Umar's grandmother, and she said that she was a Christian, which is true, wanted Umar to do the right thing and take care of the child, but Umar chose not to. In fact, Umar ended up having other kids, at least 2 other kids, and he did the same thing with them. Absent, deadbeat. Umar, you know how he repeats things 3 times? Well, Umar is a 3-time deadbeat. 3-time deadbeat. 3-time deadbeat. And again, I'll propose that he has more. Okay, I don't know that to be the truth. Okay, but I would not be surprised. I do know for a fact that Umar has 3 baby mamas. I got to tell my kids to turn this heater on. I don't know what they thinking. It's about 80 degrees in here. Boy, these kids ain't got no sense. Today, what we're going to do is we're going to finish up the video that we've been trying to get through. We got through half of it, and this is Umar's response. Trying to find the right child. I don't even think. No, let me see here. I'm sorry. Hold on one second, everybody, because that one's asleep. This one's cooking, but I'm gonna see if she can do it. Can you turn the heater off, please? Okay, what we're going to do, I apologize. What we're going to do is we're going to finish up with the video where Umar responds to the allegations made by his daughter. And then if you guys want me to, we can get into what I've edited, and what it is all the comments that his daughter has made. There's some very interesting things in there that has been said. So as we progress, we'll figure that out a little bit later on. I want to thank everyone for tuning on, and thanks everyone inside the Cookie Crush chat for being here. I know this has been a lot going on since last month. We did a lot of live streaming, trying to keep pace. It was a 6-year anniversary of Umar acquiring these abandoned buildings in Wilmington, Delaware. You notice he's not even talking about FDMG right now because he's in crisis mode. He's trying to put out fires here and there. But the problem with Umar is that he does not have the emotional intelligence and the interpersonal skills needed to resolve these types of issues. So instead of going through a process of rectifying this with his daughter, what he's done is he's made things worse by antagonizing his daughter, calling her names, calling her a struggle streamer, not holding himself accountable, doesn't want to hold any level of responsibility, and blaming all the baby, that baby mama. But the truth is that he says the same thing about the other three. If you got at least 3 baby mamas and you tell the same story that they wanted you to marry them, and that's why, but you didn't want to because you felt like getting them pregnant was not a good enough reason to marry any of them, and that they're all out to get you. No, it's not those 3 baby mamas. It's you, Umar. You're the problem. You've always been the problem, and you continue to be the problem today. That's why you're in crisis. See, think about this. Then we're going to get into it. Umar's Cash App got shut down. Okay, that was his main way of getting money. That's his main source of income. See, he doesn't have a job. He hasn't worked since 2010. 2011-ish. Okay, he doesn't have a job. Okay, he's been homeless since 2019. I'm going to challenge any of you Umar Johnson followers to find me a video where Umar is live streaming inside of his office, or taking pictures inside of his office, or live streaming from his home. I'm not talking about his mama's closet. The last time he live streamed inside of his own home, his own residence, was in 2019. See, we're talking about someone whose Cash App got shut down, who's homeless. He doesn't own his own vehicle. He's traveling around the world, not because he wants to, liberate black people. He don't care about black people. He don't care about black kids, for sure. He don't care about his own. Why would you think he cares about black children when he don't even care about his own children? No, that's just a hustle. That's a come up. See, that's a grift. And yes, it's a scam to get money out of people. And he knows that if people bring him out to speak, and it'd be like 15 people there these days. Back in the day, it'd be hundreds of people. These days, 10, 15, maybe 20. He ain't making money like he used to speaking, but see, he still has to speak because he knows that they're going to give him a place to stay. They're going to put him up in a motel. They're going to give him a per diem. They're going to give him some food. And so just like a child who doesn't know how to take care of himself, he travels all around the world, and it's on everyone else's dime. Umar hasn't worked a job since 2011. Claims to be a school psychologist. He's not a school psychologist. You have to be working at a school to be a school psychologist. Says that he's a therapist. He's never been certified as a therapist. He's never had any licenses as a therapist. He's never had a training as a therapist. He's not a therapist. What else, Cookie Crush Chat? He claims to be a clinical psychologist. No, he's never been a clinical psychologist. He's never had any certifications for that, any training for that. He hasn't had any certifications or licenses for that. See, all these things he creates. But see, if Umar is all of these things, why can't he take care of himself? Why is it always on black people's dime? If Umar is all of these things, why doesn't he have the resources needed to resolve these issues with his daughter? Well, he's not all those things. He's a liar. That's what he is. And his daughter said it too. She said that he's a liar. He lies about everything. I've been telling people. He claims to be a principal. When and where? He's still saying things like this in 2025. Claims to be a vice principal. When and where? He's still saying these things. Conflict resolution expert. Well, if you're a conflict resolution expert, you're not doing a very, yeah. And he claims that he's Black Jesus. We know that ain't true. This big old bum. Umar's something else. What he is the ultimate deadbeat. Okay, and he lies and he lies and he lies like Wakanda Fries. That's what he does. So I want to just lay this out, because what Umar says and what he tells his followers is nothing more than programming. It's like mind control, and then they repeat it verbatim. He'll tell you that he has 5 degrees. No, he doesn't have 5 degrees. He'll tell you he has 6 degrees. See there? No, he doesn't have 6 degrees. He has 5, which is a wonderful accomplishment. But the narcissism in Umar has to extend that to 6. His first degree was a double major. And if you go on to the website, his school website, he actually went to 3 colleges. It's just he started his master's at a different college, but he ended up going back to the first college. The first college was Millersville University. If you guys go and look on their website and you look up what a double major is, it's not a double degree. They have a double major program. Umar never participated in that program. So that first degree, it's a double major in psychology and political science, but it's 1 degree. Umar counts it as 2. Okay. He does have a PsyD, which he got in 2012, even though in 2017 he was misrepresenting himself in the community, telling people that he had a PhD, that he was a doctor, I should say, that he was a doctor, but he did that because he wanted to get paid more than what he would have gotten paid with just a master's. That's when he was in a charter school system. Okay, Umar's been misrepresenting himself about everything. Okay, but that's what these narcissistic habitual liars, because he lies sometimes too at habitual. It's like no need to lie about this. But also these pathological liars, that's what they do. And they do it because they want to deceive people. And he's not the only one. There are plenty of people online. They talk that talk, but they ain't doing shit. They misrepresent themselves like they all that, but they ain't doing shit. They want to tell black people what they need to be doing, but they don't got their shit together. They want to tell black men what you need to be doing, who you should be dating, who you should be mating with, etc. Meanwhile, Umar don't date. He don't date. What Umar does is he tries to crush cookies. He's trying to exploit. He ain't trying to wine and dine and spend time and learn and none of that stuff. That's why he got 3 baby mamas. He's what you call a pump and dump. See? This is y'all's principle, you Umar Johnson followers. And it's sad because he posted something on his Instagram page today. You notice he ain't been doing videos, but that's because he's in crisis right now and he's a coward. His daughter got him shook. And if these other kids ever come out to speak out about his bum ass, he's really going to be in trouble. And if these baby mamas ever came out to speak out about him, his ass is done. But he gets on his Instagram page and he's doing again these long posts. And you should see his followers eating that shit up. But that's only because he's a master manipulator. He's the great deceiver of our time, and he's mind controlled them in this way. Just like Nature Boy had his cult, and just how Polite had his sex cult. Well, here we are with Umar. Okay. All right. We got quite a bit to get into during this live stream. I want to thank everyone inside the Quick Chat for tuning on. And I hope you guys have been enjoying these live streams. The numbers have been great. The support has been great. The likes, the comments, everything. I want to thank everyone for taking the time to watch these live streams. There's plenty of content up there for everyone. I want to thank you all so very, very much. We're going to come to the timeline at some point that I have here because I'm still trying to iron out the ages of that second baby mama. Something is not right. Something is not right. But we'll get to that a little bit later on. Let me do a couple of super chats here, and then we're going to get back into the video for today, which is this video right here.
Keep talking.
Can y'all hear this in the chat?
Never be on Dr. Umar page for the rest of your life. You're gaslighting us. Shavana, goodbye. You gaslighting yourself. Shouldn't you be in bed already?
See, that's what narcissists do. They gaslight.
Shouldn't you be in bed already? Why don't you like weaves? What kind of question is that?
Okay, so this is the video we won't get to for today. And if we have time, we get to some more stuff. There's plenty of stuff to get into. Lewis Suck, how's it going? Lewis Suck says, I can explain it because he's a PhD, a pathological habitual deadbeat. Yeah. Umar, he lies all the time. And see, there's a difference between a habitual liar and a pathological liar. Okay, they're still liars. Okay, it's still not good. A habitual liar, they lie when they don't even need to. They just lie automatically. It's like they don't even think about trying to paint a narrative. They just lie about shit just because that's what they do. Umar does that too sometimes. Okay. What was the other one? Pathological liar and a habitual liar. Habitual. Wait a minute. Pathological, habitual. Hold on one second. There's another one though too. No, I got it backwards. That's why. So a habitual liar is someone who lies for no good reason. And they'll lie about things that they don't, it's just by habit. Okay. They don't think about it necessarily. They're not trying to paint narratives. They're not trying to necessarily manipulate people, although they could be. It's more, they just do it by habit. Okay. It's just like other people may do things by habit, right? Umar sniffs by habit. I'm just playing. Now, but a pathological liar, the pathology is really designed to paint a narrative, to make people think one way about something, to make people believe that he has 6 degrees when he has 5, because by having 6, for whatever reason, it makes this huge difference, and he should be more received and more respected by the Black community. You see, a pathological liar, what they'll do is they'll go up to these trap banners in Wilmington, Delaware, that Umar calls FDMG, and they'll go up there and do a paint day and make it appear as if he's making progress. You see, the illusion of progress. So it's more about shaping people's perceptions of them. And of course, narcissists always want people to see them in a particular light. That's why Umar tends to lie pathologically, because he's trying to paint a narrative. But part of what they do too is they gaslight. See, the pathology is what kind of shields the truth. But they want to set the truth aside and set your reality aside and their reality aside and what you perceive to be reality, and give you a whole nother reality that's formulated based upon the pathology, the pathological lying. See, Umar's he does both, but he's mainly a pathological liar because he wants to shape and morph people's perceptions of things, and he does this all the time. You guys can even look at how he dresses. See, understand that if you guys do the research into Umar was not a quote unquote Pan Africanist early on. He wasn't dressing in dashikis early on. See, you look at the different styles of dress. That's all pathology. That's about trying to give people. Remember, he did the SETI rant, and he was trying to be all thuggish. Okay, that's pathological lying too, because he's misrepresenting himself as if he's some sort of a thug. When in point of fact, he's bitch made. Like he's real soft. See, this is one thing about Umar. He's marshmallow. He's always been like that. Now he'll try to bully people, and he definitely will bully women. Okay, but he's not going to step to no real man because he's not built like that. You see, but the misrepresentation of himself as if he's something that he's not is what Umar has been doing from the beginning. And he still does it to this day because he still claims to be a school psychologist. How are you a school psychologist and you're traveling all over the world? At what school? See, throughout the school year, Umar's traveling all over the world. Where is Umar a school psychologist at? I've heard him say more recently that he's diagnosing children. And when I diagnose children, you ain't diagnosing no children. What are you talking about? Bum? What you mean you're diagnosing people? See, but that's pathological lying because he wants to make people believe that he's some sort of professional. Again, Umar hasn't worked as a school psychologist since 2010, 2011-ish. See? That's Umar. And yeah, he is a pathological habitual deadbeat too. Okay. By the way, his degree is a PsyD. Okay, it's not a PhD. But he still claims to be a clinical doctor, or he'll say a doctor of psychology or clinical psychologist. He's never been a clinical of anything. Okay. By the way, currently he holds no certifications. Currently he holds no licenses. Okay. But he tells people that he does. All right. Thanks, you little slug. User 225 says FMG, $50 may be great. No, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. Thanks, user 225. Okay. Again, he has at least 3 children. Okay. And here's baby mama number. Oh, I'm sorry. This interface is trash. The way that they've set it up now, they've changed it. But this is baby mama number 1 right here, 2002 to 2021. Okay. Again, here's baby mama number 2, 2015 to 2017. This is a child support docket. And this is baby mama number 3. Okay. All this is public records. You can actually look this up for yourself. Okay. So again, when people say that Umar has 2, no, he has at least 3. Okay. It's been proven. It's a statement of fact. Okay, thanks, user 225. Lewis Tuck also says King Kong concubines. Yeah. And see, Umar was always into that type of sexual debauchery stuff. And like I said in the past, that what he really wanted to do was to have a cult compound called FDMG. Right, I've already shown the image that he posted back in 2014, January, February, March. I think it was in March. Yeah, March of 2014. It might have been in February, but I think it was in March of 2014, prior to collecting money for the St. Paul school scam. And that was a cult compound. That's what he conceptualized. But part of that too, because you hear him talking in other videos, he's talking about how he wants to incorporate and turn this into a city and have his own police force and his own Pan-African government. And that's why there's a government, Pan-African government building structure inside of this compound, which includes an airstrip for airplanes to land on, a baseball stadium, a track and field facility, a hospital. I mean, just a zoo, all kind of crazy shit this guy was coming up with. But that's because in his mind, he wanted like a cult compound. But part of that cult compound was to gain access and to have access to the children's mothers, the single mothers. He'd been predatory on single mothers for decades now. He wanted to have access to them sexually. And that's where we get into the sexual debauchery shit. Okay, King Kong concubine. See? But if you guys think about it, that's no different than what Polite had going on. People trying to act like they ain't got nothing to do with consciousness. He was self straight pimp game. That's what he was doing. But that's all that was. All right. The same thing with a nature boy. That was a sex cult. Well, Umar was trying to establish the same type of thing. And there's plenty of other people like that, that's been like that. York, Malachi York, same thing. All right. I think it was Tori says, has the oldest daughter found out her grandmother is still alive? You know, she thinks the last time, I have her saying that that she thought that her grandmother, her biological grandmother on Umar's side, had passed away. She's her biological and that would be Barbara, but that's not Barbara. Okay. See, what's happened is Umar hasn't been in her life, so she has no connection to Umar's side of the family. That's a tragedy in of itself. Of course, Jamal Johnson, Umar Johnson's daddy, who she reached out recently, and he ignored her too. He ain't shit too. I've been telling people a long time ago, he ain't shit. It's a damn shame. You got your grandbaby up out here. You should have been in her life anyway. You should have been consistently in her life, at least giving her connecting her with their siblings, connecting her with family. But you ain't shit too. I done told y'all like that. I done told you, big old bugaboo. Anyway, Jamal didn't make the connections for her to where she could know about Umar Johnson's side of the family, the maternal side. And what ends up happening is she's under the impression that her grandmother on Umar Johnson's side of the family is deceased. But no, she was probably told that by Jamal when she was really, really young, because he did have interaction. Because Umar tells a story where he was mad at his daddy because he went to go see her, and Umar was mad because he can't go see her, but he could go see her. It's just that he couldn't see her without being supervised. That's Umar's narcissism ego. He wants it on his terms. He said, you know how belittling that is? Well, get your big funky bum ass over there and go see your kids talking about how belittling it is. What kind of man? So Jamal, he didn't give the history. He probably told her about his ex-wife or his wife, rest in peace. She passed away. Her name is Bernice. Rest in peace. But he didn't tell, and so that's why Umar Johnson's oldest daughter, she's under the impression that her grandmother is deceased. No, her biological grandmother is still alive. That's where Umar stays in the closet. That's Barbara. See, so Jamal didn't give her the right information, and he's ignored her these days because he ain't shit. I done told people long time ago, and Umar hasn't given her the information, so she's under the impression that her let's see, Umar's mother, which would be her grandmother, her biological grandmother, is deceased. No, she's very much alive. See, that's a doggone shame. She's trying to find. She just learned that she has some siblings, at least one, but she got at least two, and she's under the impression that her grandmother is deceased. What kind of shit is that? That's crazy. See. Anyway, hopefully she finds out soon, and we'll see what happens. Thanks, Tori, for the super chat. I hope I explained that the right way. It's just all so convoluted and ridiculous and so unnecessary too. Be a father to your child, be a mother to your child. If you got babies out here, if you're a grandparent and you can help out and you can pass information along so that they're not struggling to try to find their connections to people at the age of 22, do that. Jamal, you out here in these streets, at least you used to be yelling at buildings with megaphones and shit, talking about stop killing us. Why don't you get your ass up and go take care, go connect, make a connection with your grandbaby so she don't think that her biological grandmother is deceased. What kind of man? What kind of grandpapa? Up online talking about stop killing us. Yeah, I mean, you guys are such hypocrites. You and Umar, both y'all. You so hypocritical. How you gonna be up here talking about I'm in the streets trying to save these black boys and black people from being shot, but you ain't even passing on misinformation, and then when your grandbaby try to contact you in 2025 to try to get more information about some siblings that she don't know about, which you should have told her about because you related to Frederick Douglass, right? What do? You ignore her. But you related to Frederick Douglass, and it's from this line, and that's part of my bloodline, and blah, blah. Even though DNA test said it wasn't. I called you out on that shit. I told you it was a lie back then. I'll tell you you're a liar now. Because DNA don't lie. But if it's so important, and you're so much related to Frederick Douglass, even though you're not, then wouldn't you pass that information on to your granddaughter? She don't even know nothing about that. Stop killing us. Y'all, you such on some bullshit. What you need to do is start being a grandfather, but you don't have so many babies up all over the place like Umar. Anyway, thank you, user 225. Hey, maybe Umar trying to repopulate what okay, I don't even know what I got on to that. You know, and there's nothing wrong with having some kids, you know, but take care of them. That's all I'm saying. Whether you got 1, 2, I got 5. Me and my wife, we got 5. Okay. And it's all between the two of us. It ain't like she had babies before or I had babies before. Just us. Okay. We've been together now. We about to celebrate 24 years on Monday. Okay. Umar, you don't know nothing about that. Okay. Thank you, user 225. College of Natural Health Sciences, BDA, says, come on now, Lenon, you know very well that Umar's official office is Avis Rent-A-Car. Yeah, you walk up in there, they said, yeah, come on, have a sit down. Yeah, see, Umar, he don't have his own vehicle. He's only owned one vehicle in his whole life. Already done the research. He's only owned one vehicle. He's 50. See, he's been living off of the people. He's been living off the people's money, and even to drive and get around, it's off of Black people. He collects money for a school that doesn't exist, and that money goes towards his rental car fees. And renting cars like that is expensive. Now, mind you, he's traveling a lot, but even still, when he gets to a new place, he's renting cars. When he comes back to Philadelphia, he's renting cars. When he's traveling here and there, he has to rent cars, so forth and so on. He hasn't owned a car. This guy's owned one car in his whole life. Y'all think about that. That's very expensive. He don't have a job. So where's this coming from? How is he paying for all of this? It's all for Black people. You know, Umar is he's a leech. That's what he is. Umar is a leech. He leeches off of Black people. He's lazy too. He don't do shit but run his mouth. But he don't do nothing. Y'all give me, you Umar Johnson father, give me 10 things that Umar Johnson has done that's tangible and real. It involved physical activity, mental fortitude to get done. I'll wait. All he do is run his mouth and talk shit about Black people. And then he leeches off of the same people that he talks shit about. Right? That's Umar. But when he walk up in there at the Avis rental car, they know him right away. They know him right away. I remember a long time ago, I kid you not, there was a woman that came out that was talking about how she was from Philadelphia. And I can't speak to the veracity of this, but she said she was from Philadelphia and Umar would always come to get rental cars at where she worked. I don't know if it was rental car or Ace or whatever it was. And he always wanted a deal. Trying to get a come up. Well, that's Umar. I wouldn't be surprised by that because that's Umar. Okay, again, I don't know, can't speak to the veracity of that, but I wouldn't be surprised at all. Okay, King Kong rent a car. Thanks, College of Natural Health Sciences, BDA, for super chat. User 225 says Umar Johnson seemed more inside a motel than inside a. All right, yes, too far. You're going too far. Isaiah says he's also a compulsive liar. Yeah, this is true. Okay, so there's a pathological liar, there's a habitual liar, and there's compulsive, meaning that when they start, they can't stop. And Umar does that. But part of the reason why one of the reasons why he can't stop is because he's trying to figure out ways to cover up other lies. I talked about this recently. He lies so much that it's like it becomes a matrix of lies, and it becomes massive. You know, lie here, he has to lie to cover this lie up. There's another lie, but he has to lie here to try to cover this lie up and this one. And so after certain, just expands exponentially. And so at a certain point, he just has to lie compulsively to try to cover up his lies. That's why you should never take anything that Umar Johnson says at face value. When he tells a story about the first baby mama and how there was a brick or the window was busted out and someone put a note, don't take anything inside the baby seat. They put a note inside the baby seat and this is how he justified to go get a firearm and all this other shit, and that the police officer told him that he should. What? That would have been in around 2002. What kind of police officer gonna tell a black man, yeah, go and get come on, cut it out. See, but that's Umar. He lies. Now that's more pathological liar because he's trying to paint a narrative. You see, but if information comes out, documentation comes out about what really happened, then Umar's going to get to compulsive lying. He's going to have to start lying to cover up all these other lies, and then he'll just keep lying over and over and over again. That's what he does. I mean, if y'all real quick, Isaiah, everybody else. If you guys really think about it, every single time Umar says that he's a school psychologist, he's lying to people. Every time he says that he's diagnosing children, he's lying to people. Every single time he says he's going to open up the school on this date, he's lying to people. It's just lies after lie after lie. That's what he does. But he does. He's a pathological liar, mainly. Okay. He does lie compulsive. He's a compulsive liar at times too. That's when he just starts lying. He just keeps lying over and over again. And then there was another one. I can't remember what it was. Pathological, compulsive, and I can't remember. Anyway, thank you for the super chat, Isaiah. Habitual liar. Okay, thank you, Isaiah, for the super chat. Miss Independent My Way says there are for sure more children out there, especially in Africa. Also, that's possible. He's been going back and forth from to Africa. For I want to say the last decade. Actually, the last decade. Yeah, back and forth. No, because he went to Africa in 2005. He's been going back and forth to Africa for 20 years. The first time he went to Africa, he was in the UNIA at that time, and he had a major mental episode over in Africa. Major. And that's the first time he went to Africa, and then he came back to UNIA. He puts in his resignation letter because he talks about that trip in that UNIA letter. But when he talks about also in video format, when he talks about that trip, he talks about how he was hearing sounds and he was seeing things and all this kind of stuff. Well, okay, in my opinion, Umar he has some serious mental health issues. You see, more recently he was up at these abandoned buildings. And he was in the snow, and he thought that he saw a footstep in the snow that wasn't there before, but he said he heard the sound of some footstep too, and he was looking around trying to figure out where this was coming from. So that means he's hearing things and he's seeing things that aren't really there. Y'all know what that's called? Schizophrenia. Okay. Anyway, I'm bringing this up because when he tells a story about Africa, he had an episode up over there. Okay? But again, he's been back and forth to Africa since 2005, so it's about 20 years altogether. It's not like he's going every single year, but the point is, it's highly probable that he has some babies up over there too, and in Europe, and who knows where else. Right? That's what I'm saying. Umar's in crisis mode right now. See? Thank you, Miss Independent My Way, for the super chat. I appreciate it. Sal, let me do the rest of these real quick because we gotta get going here. We got 932 people in the building. Thank you guys so much. Sal says, "What's up, Lenon? Hit the likes, beautiful people. Y'all hit the like button. The likes been really, really great over this last couple of weeks, and in fact, for the last month and a half, really. So I want to thank everyone for taking the time to hit that like button. I appreciate it. Next time, make it. Let me stop. Thanks, Sal. Lewis X says Umar and Jamal weren't just Rolling Stones. Them two were full-blown avalanches. LOL. Yeah. And see, I go hard at Jamal because he used to send me messages all the time. And see, really, the reason why he came out to speak, because he don't talk about his other kids. He was just specifically talking about Umar. He was clout chasing off of Umar, and he should have kept his mouth shut. See, he ain't gonna tell people that he abandoned Umar. He ain't gonna tell people that he abandoned that first family, Barbara. He ain't gonna tell people all that. But he want to come back in on the back end, some 20 years later or so, and want to chastise and criticize Umar. No, you were absent. Okay. You made a decision to be absent. You're the one who decided to ship Umar away from his mama and put him in a military academy. You're the one who married Barbara, and in my opinion, just for the benefits. And then after 2 years, you divorce her and ship her and the rest of them kids back up to Philip. What kind of man does some shit like that? And you live your life traveling over in Japan and so forth and so on. Then you come back, and then you at some point you was working for Walt Disney down in Florida somewhere, but then you get a job at the post office. Then you meet your second wife, rest in peace, raise another family. Meanwhile, these other kids over here, you see. But then after all of this taking place, he gonna come on the back end to chastise. And you guys know I ain't here to defend Umar. I'm just saying, as a father, you don't do that shit. But see, he was clout chasing because he wanted to be like Umar and have all this attention as some sort of black leader. That's why his ass was up there in Philadelphia marching in the middle of the street by himself and shit with a megaphone talking about stop killing us. How about start raising your kids? How about that? And then you got the grandbaby who contacted him more recently and he ignored. Yeah, but he had all that shit to say when back in the day about Umar, but when his Umar child contacted him, he don't got nothing to say. See? I told you all a long time ago he was a bugaboo, and he's still a bugaboo. and listen, he tried to scam too. By the way, he filed against the U.S. Postal Service I think he was trying to claim discrimination or some shit like that. He didn't win the case. Y'all know that? How many of y'all knew that? Hit the one. That family got a whole long history of trying to sue people. Go on, hit the one. Let me mute this while I'm chewing. All right, I'm back. Trying to scam. See, look at nobody didn't know that, huh? I can pull it up and show it to y'all right now, but I ain't gonna do that. We got stuff to get in. More important things to do. We got some nerve trying to come out to criticize Umar. Anyway, yeah, he was scamming, but that side of the family was in. I ain't gonna speak too much on that, but that side of that family, they were scamming big time. No, I don't know about that. I don't know, because he ended up retiring from there, so he got a good pension from there and from the military. Okay, so some of y'all know that. No, Jamal's not white. It's just his grandfather was a white Cuban. Okay, all right, and that's on his mama side. Yeah, you didn't know that? Yeah, yeah. I mean, I haven't really spoken about it. I think I mentioned, I kind of halfway mentioned it one time, but there's stuff that I know about the family that I just don't talk about. I tell people that all the time, but that's a little bit beyond the scope, you know. Anyway, the apple don't fall too far from the tree. All right. Okay, let me finish up with these super chats. We're gonna get into the video for today. Roll up and react. Sent in a super sticker. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And thanks, Little Stuck, too, for that super chat. Chris Presley says he's a buster. Yeah, he is. He definitely is. Umar is. I ain't gonna call his daddy a buster, but Umar definitely is. I know that for a fact. He ain't got no street in him. None. Thanks, Chris, for the super chat. Reggie says, "What's up, Lenon? It's been a minute. I call this the Real Housewives of Ifa Tunde, starring Umar Johnson." Yeah, I was thinking about this today, Reggie. Umar's always in some mess. Hit the one. He's always in some controversy. Hit the one. He's always in some scandal. And he knows it too, because he said, I'm trying to stay scandal free. But why is it that this man who's 50 years old, who's supposed to be this great black leader, why is he always in scandal? And it ain't got nothing to, well, you know, the FDMG is another scandal too. That school scam. He done raised at least $2 million, at least, bare minimum. Someone sent me a message. No, it's probably closer to 3.3. No, it could be. My best guess estimate is about 2.6, 2.7, but I can prove without a shadow of a doubt that it's at least $2 million. But how is it possible that someone who claims to be a school psychologist, who claims to have 6 degrees, okay, he's not currently a school psychologist and he has 5 degrees, who claims to be the most requested scholar, he's not a scholar either. Okay, not peer reviewed. He's never been published anywhere in a scholarly journal. No other scholars, because scholars work together and they validate each other, validate their claims, so forth and so on. But Umar doesn't do that. He's written 2 books and there's no scholarly sources. There's no source material whatsoever. He's not a scholar. But let's say that he's all these things that he lies about habitually and pathologically and narcissistically. Let's say we'll say he's all these things. Why is it that he's always caught up in some personal drama? Different beefs, steady beef, Tariq Nasheed beef, the LenonHonor beef. And he tells people, I don't bother nobody. But all he do is talk shit about people, right? Talk shit about LeBron James' son. Talk shit about, what's his name? Club Shay Shay, Shannon Sharp. He talks shit. I mean, we put together a whole list. I have a list too. It's older, but I can pull up a list of all the black people that he don't talk shit about. Okay. Well, the question becomes, why is this type of person always in some scandal? And I'm going to tell you guys why. Because Umar has been living dirty, straight up. He's been living dirty for about 35 years. That's why. And let me give him some grace for 30 years. See, if you live dirty for 30 years, you guys understand what I mean by dirty? You know, just being foul, you know, sexually exploiting these women, getting these women pregnant, not taking care of your kids, creating all this problems for people and, busting out windows and shit, lying about this and lying about that and scamming on this and scamming on that. Focus. Placating to you black women to get money out of you and to crush your cookies, to get in them draws. Lying to black people about what he's going to do, and he never fulfills what he's going to do. Being a leech on the black community. Always talking shit about black people, demeaning, abusive language. Not paying bills, living inside his mama closet. That's living dirty. How you 50, well, 49 at the time, living in your mama closet? What kind of man? You guys understand what I mean by living dirty? Don't have your own vehicle. Don't take care of your kids. Got a 22-year out here trying to reach out, and you're not even man enough to deal with the situation like a father should or would. That's living dirty. And I give so many other examples of Umar living dirty. See, if you spend 30 years living dirty, there's always going to be some shit. Dealing with strippers, crushing stripper cookies, telling them to send you booty pics and shit, telling your followers to send you in a very manipulative way, telling the black women, don't send me no inappropriate pictures. Yeah, but he says that as reverse psychology. He knows what he's doing so that y'all send him some nudes, send you some booty pics or whatever kind of pics y'all be sending. That's living dirty. I'm going to save your black boys. Meanwhile, you don't even take care of your daughters. That's living dirty. Lying all the time, collect $2 million for a school that don't exist, always changing the date. That's living dirty. See, Umar been living dirty like this for 30 years. That's why he's always caught up inside some scandal. And the irony of it all is that whenever he's caught up in scandals and all this type of shit, because it's always happening, that's why he's in crisis right now. He want to blame everybody else and not acknowledge the fact and hold himself accountable for the fact that he's been living dirty for 30 years. Hit the one. Now y'all go run and tell that. So the point is, Reggie, that yeah, the Umar storyline is like some sort of Real Housewives storyline. But he was on that show too, by the way. A lot of people don't know about that, but they wrote his ass off. And that's why he be talking shit about that show. But he wasn't talking shit when he was on it. Even him being on it shows what type of person he is. To be real about it, him being on Drewski. Okay, I watched. I ain't gonna watch no more of them episodes, but I watched the first 3. And I think he was on the 4th one, so I watched the first 4. See, that's all about. That projects all types of negative stereotypes about black men and about black women. Okay, it's not wholesome. It's some ratchet shit, and that's okay. If that's how people want to make their money, there's people who tune in, get all kind of views. But Umar, who's supposed to be the prince of Pan Africanism, he always clout chasing. He go on there, but you know why he went on there? Because he lives dirty. All right, thanks, Reggie. Lewis says the tangible thing he's done is house the addicts and zombies of Delaware, and this is true. You're actually, I know you're joking, but this is true. I don't see anyone else doing it in that neighborhood. And it's true that I have videos of homeless people, people who are doing drugs. There was one time there was 2 people up there. It looked like they was making an exchange to go and get some like prostitution type of situation up there. And that's how that community sees those abandoned buildings. And it's no different than how they saw it 9 years ago, almost 10 years ago when it first closed down. They closed down for the second time. That was the J. Moore Academy, the new J. Moore Academy. They saw them as abandoned buildings then. They still see them as abandoned buildings now. See, that's why someone can go up there and do whatever they want to. And Umar, he don't know what's going on. See, he don't know right now. I'm sure that there's drug addicts up there chilling, kicking it. See, y'all think about this. Then we got to get going because we're almost an hour in already. If you guys really think about this, see, this is another example of Umar living dirty. He's collected over $2 million for a school that does not exist. He spent $400,000 to acquire these trap banners, and he hasn't done one thing for children out there in 6 years. Over 6 years, he hasn't done one thing for children. That block party was not the block party. That wasn't for children. That was for old ass black people. That's why they were doing electric slide in the middle of the dirty ass street. What kind of man? And I'm not here to clown, but the whole shit was shit. You know, good turnout, but I'm talking about tangible and real that's going to uplift and help these children. He hasn't done any of that in 6 years. Okay. He'll have 2 fake marriages though, and dance in the middle of the street with the narcissism, all the attention on him, and he wants to have the what was it, a fashion show and shit. Well, guess what? That's what he did when he was a senior in college. He's reliving that type of shit. You know, a couple of years ago. That goes to show where his mentality is. That ain't got nothing to do with children. He ain't done nothing for no children. He hasn't set up a sports league out there. You know, a basketball. He used to say we're gonna do a basketball tournament next month. Never happened for the kids. He ain't done a book bag drive. He ain't done, and that's easy shit. That ain't nothing difficult. But he ain't even done that. But that's because he lives dirty. It's not about helping black people or helping black kids. He don't take care of his own kids. It's about leeching off of the black community. That's what Umar does. He leeches off of everybody, including his own mama. What kind of man at the age of 49 leeches off his own mama? Thanks, Louis Luck. I don't mean to be going off, okay? Black Wolf says Umar doesn't want the baby mamas comparing notes. He sure doesn't, and he don't want the kids comparing notes, and he most definitely don't want them coming out to speak. Someone said it the other day. This is Umar's worst nightmare. Yeah, he's in crisis. But it's because he doesn't want the information getting out there about how he's been living dirty, straight dirty. He's a dirty boy. Okay? He don't want that out. I've been telling people though anyway. You've been telling people anyway. See? But it hits home and it hits different when now his own kids start coming out, or if the baby mamas ever came out. See, I'm gonna tell you something. The baby mamas, they know how Umar is, so that's why they're probably in a position where they probably have all kinds of stories that they could tell. But they know how Umar is. He's an abusive person. They don't want to put themselves in a position where they have to deal with his abuse, whether it's verbal or physical, as has been alleged, or emotional. Or him doxing them like he's doxed one of them before and tell his followers to go up there to their place of business. They don't have to deal with all that shit. They've already been dealing with this clown ass anyway because he's been living dirty. See, he's the opposite of what a man would do. A man's supposed to provide security. That's not what he's done. He's made things insecure for the baby mamas and for his children that he don't take care of. That's why you got to take care of your children, bring security into their life. And listen, I'm not saying that by being there that everything's going to be perfect, because kids going to do what they're going to do. You can give them the best that you can give them, more than what you were given, and they still might be out there acting up. That happens too. But you have to at least be there in the first place, not Umar, because he's been living dirty. He don't care. You know, for any man not to care about his kids, you're living dirty. That's not the right way to live. And you're causing pain and suffering in this child's life by not being there and not being there to protect, to provide, et cetera, et cetera. That's Umar. And see, that's why Umar doesn't want the kids sharing notes, and then the baby mama start talking and they start sharing notes. And then if all that starts to come out, I mean, it would be something. But you know what? That's exactly what Umar needs in order for him to be truly and fully exposed. See? He's in crisis. Thanks, Black Wolf. They still got this heater on. Right, boy, these kids. I got to text one more time because I'm up here burning up. What other child I can ask to do it? Because one of them sleep. One of them. Let me try my son. One of my sons. He'll do it. Can you turn? Oops. Can you turn the heater off? All right. Thanks, Black Anonymous. Sire Tice says, salute Lenon, Lenor, and continue exposing him. Sad part is he somehow, I think you're saying somehow knows he still has a alternate personality caping for him. I'm not sure what you're saying here. Let me try to read this again. Sad part is he somehow now still has a person. Cult of personality caping for him. I think maybe that's what you're saying. Yeah. Someone said turning that heat down off the cold turkey. No, it's hot in here. Cold. Okay. So continue exposing him. Sad part is that somehow he still has a cult caping for him. Yeah, he does. his most recent post today, you can tell inside the comment section, and let me one, because and not that I've studied quotes a lot, but I've studied quotes enough to know that part of the mind control aspect of this is that the cult leader brainwashes, I don't like really using that term, but brainwashes cult members to such a degree that when they are in crisis, I'm talking about the cult leader themselves, they're in crisis, that's when the cult followers, that's when they rally to them even more. And they can do the most heinous things. And that's when the cult followers, they rally even more. Polite, as an example. There were people who were defending him, but that's because they were part of, same thing with Nature Boy. His so-called wives, they were still, they were still, I don't even know if they're still online anymore, but it was a couple of months ago we did a video to cover them, more than a couple of months ago. And you can tell they're still believing in it, and they're still trying to defend him and all this kind of stuff. And they're more, the defense is even more pronounced because Nature Boy is in crisis. He's in jail for life. Well, the same thing applies with Umar. This situation with Umar right now, this is huge, and of course the traction will die down because that's how social media is until the next, because there's always something with Umar until the next controversy takes place, the next scandal takes place. But what happens with his cult members is that whenever the scandal takes place and it's Umar's fault, they never hold him accountable. And what they do is they rally to defend him even more. Now, that's sad. Okay? But it goes to show you the manipulative ability of Umar. He's a master manipulator. He's the great deceiver of our time. And he's manipulated literally tens of thousands of people and have them rooting for him against his own daughter. And he's the one that's been absent for 22 years. Y'all really think about that. Umar, he said, pick a side, meaning pick a side between him and his daughter. That's not what a father would do. And then his supporters, his cult followers, then they start to go at her and disparage her. But see, Umar's job as a father, even if you've been absent, is to keep your baby safe, right? But he mobilizes his cult followers in this way. And see, the cult followers, they ain't shit either, because you would think that in their mind, they should say, wait a minute, we shouldn't be attacking his daughter. Why would we pick a side like that? We want the daughter to be okay too. Yeah, but you're part of that cult. Umar doesn't mind controlling them. So what do? They follow out his orders and they do what he tells them to do. Right? Yeah, that's sad. Yeah. Thank you. And you know what else? Even Malachi York, he still got people defending him to this day. It was the government trying to take a black man down. They always say that shit. That's the thing. They always say that shit. They try to tear a black man down. Thank you for super. I appreciate it. Louis Stuck says, with the bumpity bump on his lip. Yeah. Yeah. For doggone shame. He don't care. And that bumpity bump been there for a lot longer than most people realize. I'm going to leave it at that, Louis Buck. Okay. Thank you for the super chat. Then says, roses are red. I never pay a bill. Had a dream last night. A kiss from Lauryn Hill. Yeah, Umar said that Lauryn Hill, I ain't going to tell the story again. Yeah, finally my daughter texted me back, said she's going to turn the heater off for me. It's hot up in here. Anyway, I ain't going to tell the story again, but that was wild. Roses are red. I never pay a bill. Had a dream last night. A kiss from Lauryn Hill. Yeah, Umar, he's something else. Thanks, Dan, for the super chat. Thanks for the poetry. All right. Populist Uprising says, what are the odds he somehow uses the situation as an excuse why FDMG doesn't open in 2025? I think the odds are high. He's going to come up with some excuse. That's what Umar does. He's an excuse maker. He blames everyone else. So why not blame his daughter or blame his Cash App getting shut down? He in a bad shape. He in bad shape. Blame the baby mamas. These baby mamas ain't trying to deal with him. Hey, if they want to come on the show, they're welcome to. Right? Set it up. I have prepared questions and all that stuff, and we can get into it. Right? But Umar, he's always blaming someone. We're in March now. Okay. April, May, June, July, August, September. Yeah. I would say within the next 6 months, he's going to change the date. It could be that he changes to Kwanzaa of 2025, or he'll change it to Martin Luther King birthday, because he's done that too, in 2026, or Black History Month in 2026. or August 21st of 2026. Watch. Yeah. So listen, the odds are very, very high that he uses this as an excuse, but he's always, no matter what, he's going to find some excuse. It could be a combination of excuses, and this may be one of them. But we'll wait and see. You guys notice he ain't up there at them trap bandos. That's why I don't get it. I don't mean to keep going on and on. We almost at the hour mark. 6 seconds, we're at the hour mark, and we gotta get going here. But I don't understand how his followers can continue to allow this guy to lie to them and ask for money for a school that doesn't exist, and his ass ain't never up there. Somebody make that make sense. It's been 6 years, and in fact, 6 years and 1 month. Someone please make that make sense. See, what he's done is he used the black people to leech off of the black people to get the money to purchase these abandoned buildings. And then now he uses these abandoned buildings as a prop to continue to leech off of black people to live out his lifestyle. See, he's been living off of this money. Yeah, he'll throw a little down here or there, but I really don't get that. He's changed the date so many times. I can pull up a sequence from the documentary that shows over 26 or 7 times, and that's not even all the times he's changed the date. See? I really don't get that. I don't get that. But he'll come up with some excuse. He's come up with so many different excuses in the past. Okay, he just represents it over and over again. And when he gives the excuses, his cult followers believe it, and they rally even more. Some of them send him more money. Hey, y'all want to send any money? Go on ahead. That's your business. Right? I've never told people that what to do with their money. Okay, I would advise them not to waste it. Okay, but if you want to send it to this clown who's been leeching off your ass, go ahead and do it. That's y'all's business. He's going to continue to make excuses and blame other people. See? Umar, he's such an interesting person. He really is. I've never seen nothing like it. Thanks, Populist Uprising. But Super Chat Tori says, at Gabriel Sanchez suggested that the third baby mama is non-black, which is why he ignores her. Based on your research, do you think this is possible? No, because I've seen all of the baby mamas. In other words, I know what they look like. So no, I don't think that that's it. What I think, based upon my research, and again, I'm going to issue a partial retraction because I don't know for sure if this is the case. That's why it's very disturbing. What I'm hoping is that as I continue with the timeline in my research, that I'll receive more information. I can put the timeline together more clearly to be able to figure this out for sure. But based on my research right now, now my son said that it's off. That's because my daughter just turned it off. Anyway, I'll talk about the heater. My research shows that the second baby mama, that she would have had to have been in her late teens or early 20s when Umar impregnated her. But that it doesn't fit with what his first child is saying, because the first child is saying that she's in communication with the second baby mama. Okay, the only other way I can see, and it just doesn't make sense. The timeline doesn't make sense, and what she says doesn't make sense. So in other words, all that's something that needs to be ironed out. Okay, but I can tell you guys that no, the third baby mama is not a white woman or something like that. The third baby mama lives in Philadelphia. Umar's talked about her. She did have a social media presence for a while, but she's taken things down. But her grandmother who owns the business, it's like a vegan restaurant. She's still active so she's older, but she's still active on social media to a degree. And based upon what I've seen and looked into them, no, that's not the case. I think that Umar, he always overstates. I think this is what it is, Tori. He always overstates his accomplishments, and he always understates his failures. And most of the time with his failures, he blames other people. In other words, he'll say that he has 6 degrees when he has 5. He'll say that he has 4 buildings up there in Wilmington, Delaware, when in point of fact he has 3. He'll say that he has 2 schools when in point of fact he has 3 abandoned buildings. That's not a school. Okay? He'll say that he's a school psychologist, school principal. He'll say that in 2025, but he's not those things. So he always overstates. And then he understates his failures, which includes how many children he has. That's what I'm saying. I propose he has more than 3. See? But right now, what he's saying, and he's laying claim to, is that he only has 2. Okay. But like I said, here is the first baby mama from 2017 to 2025. This is the child support docket. Okay, this is the second baby mama from 2002 to 2021. This is the child support docket. And then here is the third baby. I'm sorry, I pulled up the second baby mama twice. Okay, I'm sorry, here it is. This is the second, I pulled up the wrong one. This is the third baby mama right here, 2017 to 2025. He had a child support entry in January of this year, which goes to show you that he's still in arrears to date, at least up into January of 25. He's been in arrears since 2002. How are you going to be in arrears for 22 plus years, almost 23 years? And then he tells people, yeah, but I was paying child support. No, you weren't. That's why his driver's license got revoked, all this other stuff. Anyway, I've been talking about this stuff for years. Thanks, Tori. Yeah, based on my research, the third baby mama is not, like white or anything like that, or non-black. The second one is not non-black, and the first one is not non-black. He may have other babies out there. I wouldn't be surprised, and ain't no telling. See? Thanks, user 225. The bumpity bump is sorry. All right, that's enough. Thank you for super chat. Scott Evans says he'll blame it on Elon Musk for it not opening. Well, he has been blaming stuff on Elon Musk and what's his name, Facebook owner / Instagram owner and all this kind of stuff. He makes up these scenarios in his twisted mind that they're all out to get him. They're trying to shut his social media down and all this kind of stuff. No, Umar, you're reckless. You've always been reckless with your words. You're reckless with your seed. You're reckless with everything. You're irresponsible with everything. And it's just the chickens coming home to roost. That's all that is. See, everything that's happened with this crisis with his daughter, that's the result of him. See, and here's the thing. Umar could have kept this all behind the scenes if he had simply responded to his daughter and given her the information that she needed. She wasn't reaching out to him for clout, like he says, or trying to money grab. That's not what she was doing. She was trying to get in contact with her other sibling because she had found out that she had another sibling because Umar didn't tell her, Jamal didn't tell her, no one told her. See, that information finally came to her, and she was like, "Well, listen." And she has a right to know who her sibling is, but she don't know she has at least one other sibling. It's just such a tragedy. But see, what he could have done is just responded, gave her the information that he needed, and then start building a bridge back into her life. That's what he should have did, but that's not what Umar does. See, he's a narcissist. Right? And that's what they do. They always blame other people, including Elon Musk. They blame me. He blamed Cook Cross Chat. He probably blamed you, Scott, too, if he had a chance. That's what he does. Okay, he never wants to hold himself accountable. Scott, thanks for the super chat, Scott. Okay, two more here real quick. Angela says all those donations without a 501c3 nonprofit organization. Yeah, he collected donations in 2014 and 15 without tax exempt status, and then he gets tax exempt status 2016 and 2017, but then it gets revoked because he wasn't filing proper paperwork with the IRS. So that's 2 years already of him collecting money, and then 2018 and 19. That's 2 more years. That's 4 years of collecting money where that's all personal income. 19 and 2020, because he finally files to get it back for 2020. By the time he gets into 2021, he has tax exempt status. We're talking at least 5 years of collecting money since 2014, where it's all personal income. What y'all think about that? He's such a scammer. He's been collecting money for what, 11 years now? Well, let's say about 5 years. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. 4.5 years. It's personal income. He can do whatever he wants to. That's why he has tax liens, because he's collecting so much money, and it's taxable income. See? Yeah, and it's wasted money too, because it's supposed to go towards a school. He should have had his paperwork in order first to save on the taxation. He won't have to be paying all these taxes, okay, even though it's personal tax. Then of course, by the time we get to 2019, 2020, the property tax that he has to pay, really, Umar Johnson fathers have to pay over $100,000. That's all money that could have been saved if he had simply had his paperwork in order. See, he don't handle business. But he's always been like that. He don't pay bills, and he tricked up. That's over it was like $120,000, something like that, $120,000 that he just wasted because he didn't have his paperwork in order, and that's you donors' money, $120,000. Yeah. Thanks, Angela, for the super chat. And then a lady says, how's it going? A lady says, hi, Lenon. I believe his co-followers have his same behaviors and beliefs, cheating and disrespecting Black people, especially women and children. I agree. You know, I totally agree with this. Umar Johnson's daughter spoke to this in this other, because let me just explain what I did. I took all of the videos that I could find of her where she's specifically talking about Umar Johnson, and then I clipped segments out of all these videos and put it into one video. Okay, I have it. I was hoping to get to it today, but we're not going to have time. That'll be what we get into next week. What I would like to do is sit down, just do a show of all the comments that she's made, and then give my reaction. That'd be one show, and then release the whole file on YouTube, where if anyone else wants to download it and use it to give their reaction, they can do so too. The point is that she actually, his daughter, who's 22, she speaks to this, and she talked about how Umar, he's a deadbeat. She explains that he's a deadbeat, and he is, but that the people who defend him and who have been going at her, that many of them, they're the same way. That's why they defend him. Well, it's true. Deadbeats defend deadbeats. Abusers defend abusers. See? Dope fiends defend dope fiends, and the list goes on and on and on. That's just how it is. And I'll propose again. I'm not here to disparage Umar Johnson fathers at all, but I do recognize that there's a large percentage of them that's why they look up to Umar, because they see themselves in Umar, and that's some sad shit right there. In fact, I think their defense of Umar is really them seeking to defend themselves and their own iniquity. See, but that's not what leadership should be. See, leadership should be where you provide an example of how we can do better, and then people are inspired to do better, not that they can maintain their own iniquity and their own broke down-ism. See, that's what true leadership. You're inspired to do better. You're inspired to be a father to your children. You're inspired to commit to that woman. You're inspired to be a good husband. See, you're inspired to be of service to people. See, but that's not what we get from Umar. It's the exact opposite. Okay. That's the lady Umar. He don't serve nobody. See, except himself. But that's what Sith Lords do. That's what Sauron did. Umar serves no one. But he's a black leader. Thankful super chat, lady. And then D'Angelo says, "Hey, Lenon, quick question. Who is Ellen?" Stop. That's Umar's cousin. Umar, he's the descendant of Elon Musk. All right. Thanks, D'Angelo. All right. Thank you all so much, everyone inside the Cook Rest. I hope you all enjoying the live stream. Let me see where we're at with this poll. So far, we have 890 votes. Thank you guys so much. Make sure you get your vote in. The question is Umar Johnson a hypocrite for being absent in all three of his children's lives? 93% say yes. Wow. 7% say no. And it is official. Umar has 3 baby mamas. Here's, why does this one keep coming up? It's the interface. Here's baby mama number 1, 2002 to 2021. Here's baby mama number 2, 2015 to 2017. And here's baby mama number 3, 2017 through 2025, ongoing. Okay. And again, I'm still trying to figure out the age of this particular baby mama. Based on online receipts, this baby mama would have been in her late teens or early 20s when Umar impregnated her. Okay. But again, I'm not going to say that as a fact quite yet. I do have some other avenues of research that I've been working on, and I'll continue to do that to make sure that I can verify that. All right. Thank you guys again for tuning on in. Everyone inside of Cook Fresh chat. By the way, if there's anything you guys need me to pull up that we've already covered dealing with this topic, let me know. I can do that during this live stream. We're doing good on time. There's no rush. I won't be live streaming again until Monday or Tuesday, though. Okay. Tori also says, Lenon, go read the comments under Umar's BS letter about buying a gun for the mystery lover. These people are bad shit. Yeah, listen. We covered this yesterday. I think we covered it the day before. Let's do this, Tori, because I want to go back to that one more time and read through it, but I want to at least get started on this video. But you already seen it. The story don't make no sense. Why would you bust out? I don't mean to start again. Here I go. But because I've thought about it, like this is someone even said it. Umar's the type of person, and it's true. He's the type of person who will stage a crime to put himself in a position to be the hero. He's the one. That's because I thought about it. I didn't think about it until someone posted. They said it sounded like Umar staged this shit so that he can come in like the hero figure, and then he also can go and get a gun. You know what I'm saying? And I thought about it. I said, yeah, that's Umar. Hit the one. Because I was reading, I said, we're gonna come back to it before we close out. Please, someone remind me so I don't forget. But I was thinking about that. I said, yeah, because the story don't make no sense. It's simple shit too. And I didn't thought about it. I just didn't mention it yesterday. Someone said, okay, in the story, Umar, after he goes and he looks into the car seat. Why? And there's a note in the car seat. And then he says he scooted away some glass. Well, that's an interesting detail. He scooted away some glass to get to the note. What? Huh? I said, what? And his followers, they eat that shit up. It's like he's being persecuted, and look what he had to go through, and the baby mama drama, and this is the stereotypes about black women. They all trying to stop a black man from being a father. I don't want to hear that shit. You either be a man and be a father to your child, or you don't. Okay, that's just that simple. The story is so ridiculous. The whole story is ridiculous. And someone said it. I didn't say it, but after they said it, I was like, man, they said, it sounds like Umar busted out the window, put the note in there to stage a scene, and then he happens to go to get the letter and takes it to the baby mama, but then it puts him in a position to where he can be there for a week. I'm paraphrasing. I'm just saying now I'm thinking about it. And then it justifies him going to go get a gun. And then while he's standing there, they're still having altercations. What do you mean? If you're supposed to be there to keep her safe with this so-called gun, why would she be arguing about you about anything? If you coming in as a knight in shining black armor, does that make sense? Did I say that right? Shine, whatever. You guys see what I'm saying? Why would she be arguing with you about anything? She would be, won't be like, oh, he's such a great guy. Oh, don't, he's so great. He's here to protect me. But not Umar's story. Umar's something else. This boy is wild. And then she tried to do this to me and try to get the kid and act like I put some bruises on her body with paint. He said spray paint and pencils. I don't know what he said. And all this. So this whole long story. That's what I'm saying. If the baby mom want to come on my show and we could do a 3-hour show but see, I already know because Umar crazy. Don't no woman want to have to deal with his craziness. Anyway, see, I done gone off Torrid, but it's true. Thank you for. I already saw the comment. Them people, yeah, they crazy, just like Umar crazy. Okay, thanks for super chat. But again, it's a cult, like we were talking about earlier. It's a cult, and when they feel like the cult leader is being persecuted. And that's throughout all time, too. That when the cult leader is being persecuted, that's when the cult followers rally. Okay? And they'll believe all kind of crazy bullshit, including this bullshit letter that Umar wrote. Thanks, Tori. And then Tool Belt says, former Umar donator here. If Umar came on your show, but he only gave you 2 questions, what would you ask? P.S. Glad I found your channel. Okay. Now, and this is a great question. I'm going to answer it now, but then I'm going to take some time to think about it. I'm going to come back and answer it again next week. And there's one stipulation here, that whatever I ask Umar, he has to answer with the truth. Okay? No matter what the question is, Umar has to answer truthfully. And I already know what the first question would be. The first question would be, how much money have you raised for FDMG? And he has to answer honestly, because see, what would happen is that people would quickly realize that even his most stout supporters, his donators too, they'll realize that he's a con man and a charlatan. See, he's telling people in 2025 that he hasn't even raised $1 million. He's raised at least $1 million. He had $1 million back in 2016, the end of 2016. My best estimate is 2.6, 2.7. It could be $3 million. It could be 3.5. But whatever the answer, the truth is, okay, again, my best estimate is 3.6. I know that it's more than $2 million. And by him admitting that and telling the truth on that, and then I could simply play the video in 2020 from 2025 where he's saying he hasn't raised $1 million. That would be it. But you know what? The truth be told, I can play a video where Umar said he had $1 million in 2016, and his followers still believe he anyway. But that would be the first question, because that's specifically dealing with the school scam. Second question is that's more difficult to decide on. Let me give you an honorable mention. It's a story that you told about the window getting busted out. I ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna go with man. Okay. Honorable mention. How many degrees do you have? Okay, and it's 5, because he's been lying saying he has 6. Okay, but the second one I would ask is, how many children do you have? Those are the two. How much money have you raised for FDMG? And how many children do you have? He claims 2. I know for a fact he has at least 3, but he probably got way more than that, because he's been living dirty for decades. Dirty for decades. Yeah, those would be the two. But I'm gonna think about it. If something else comes to mind, I'll bring this question back up on Monday or Tuesday, but those are the two right now that I think are the most pertinent questions dealing with Umar. Okay. All right. No, Maddie. He has to tell the truth, though. He has to tell the truth, no matter what. Okay, those are the 2 questions. All right. And that's great too. Thanks for posing that. I've never thought about that, but that's awesome. Thanks, Tool Belt. Do you mind telling us how much money? You can give us an estimate. You don't have to give the exact figure. How much money did you donate to Umar? There's a lot of people that donate. They don't donate anymore. They realize that he's a con man. Thanks for super chat, Tool Belt. The irony, Tool Belt. I've never seen Umar with a tool belt in all these years. Talking about he building a school. Paradise says, friendly reminder, play California. all right. California love. Matter of fact, I'm gonna queue it up now just so I have it inside my browser. I'll play it again. Thank you so much, Paradise, for super chat. And then Derek says he's the most theatrical. Remember, he made a you guys want me to pull that up before we get going here? He's not the most requested, but he is the most theatrical. What was that? It was called Conscience Awaken, something like that. Dang, now that I think about it, it's a shame that he even did this when he got children out of here, ain't even taking care of his kids. It's a doggone shame. Wow, there's all kind of videos coming up. I got the video where Phil Valentine went in on Umar and SETI. That's coming up under here. Conscious Awaken. Wasn't it Awaken? It's not even coming up. Oh, here it is right here. All right. Buckle up. y'all buckle up. Roses are red, donations in limbo, sleeping in the school, peeking out the window. You know what you should do? You should take all of these and put them together, and then email it to me. All right. I'll do something with it. No, do it. If you can go back and get all the times you did these and then type them all out and then email it to me at LenonHonor@yahoo.com. Okay. You don't have to do it, but if you do it, I'll do something special. All right. Thanks then. Roses are red, donations in limbo, sleeping in the school, peeking out the window. I remember one time Umar said, this ain't nothing like Umar. Ain't nothing like it. One time he said they're gonna tint the window so no one can look inside. I said, what? I was like, what? And I said to myself, he gonna put Dayton's on the school. He gonna put some switches on it. Anyway, some of y'all don't know what I'm talking about, but we're gonna leave it right there. Thank you, Ben, for the super chat. But if you can get all the ones you done said so far and type them all out, and then you got more, so type them all out and email it to me. Okay, I'll do something special. All right. Okay, let's take a little bit of a break. We're gonna go to the Conscious Awaken. Here we go. I got fruit. I got to eat my fruit too.
Doctor of clinical psychology and certified school psychologist, activist, lecturer, leader, teacher, professor. The list goes on. Author of Psychoacademic Holocaust, the special education and ADHD wars against black boys. The one and only my brother.
Peace and black power.
Make no mistake, Cleveland. Every time we put a child in special education, that school gets paid. Special education is a business.
Go down, Moses.
I forgot about the Negro spiritual. Oh, this is wild. Look at this foolishness. This boy is like, who is you? You are up here. Anyway.
Way down in Egypt land.
Man.
Pharaoh.
That part always cracks me up because it reminds me of Whoopi Goldberg. Not right here. I'm sorry. I'll just go back. This is right here, the Robert Whoopi. Here we go. I don't mean to do that. I don't know why I do that. It reminds me of Color Purple. Anyway. Dang, that picture frame is all beat up. What in the world? I don't mean to be petty, but what in the world? Y'all couldn't get a better prop than that beat up. Anyway, looked like they had it on the asphalt sliding on it and shit. Anyway.
Pharaoh.
I see your Pan Africanism court.
Yeah, that's that child support situation. Yeah. Who are these white people looking at her? I just noticed that. What in the world is going on here? It looked like that lady right here got blonde hair. I don't know. Maybe it's just the color gradient or whatever. Anyway.
I see your Pan Africanism court.
What in the world? This is crazy. This is crazy. The music is deplorable. That's the one thing I don't like.
Understand that the IEP is not an individual
I got that same microphone.
education plan. The IEP is an incarceration.
I don't know what this is right here. I don't know. The barbed wire, underground barbed wire railroad or something like that. That's what I thought it was. It's moving too. I don't know why it's moving.
Preparation program.
It looked like FDMG wall or something. Maybe that's what they're gonna do. By the way, there's a level 5 supermax prison a mile away from FDMG, these trap banners that he called FDMG. A lot of people don't know that. Level 5 supermax prison.
EP is an incarceration preparation program. The education of African children is our responsibility. Do for self, independence, African self-reliance. That's the spirit of Cleveland. Cleveland, Ohio.
Oh, he said Cleveland, Ohio. There go what's her name too, right there.
I make some black power noise, brothers and sisters.
Pharaoh! You heard me, boy. You better let God's people go. See, I'm coming down, represent like the ghetto Moses. They call me Ross.
Black power.
What in the world? The ending is wild. He up there howling. He over there sound like a hyena. Soul train. Black power. So ridiculous. Anyway, that's Umar's movie. Okay, it never came. It was they showed it in the theater one time, but that was it. They didn't release it or anything. But it's probably because we was going in on his ass. And he was like, "No, don't release it." He said it could crash that. They're gonna be on. So they never released it. If it ever comes out, you know, if anybody want to send it to me, I'll put a band on it. Okay, if you got it. Okay, I'll break you off for something. All right. Okay, let's do California Love. Then we're gonna get into the video. I'm feeling like I'm in a festive mood. Let's go ahead and go with the California Love family. Here we go.
Bells about a bell, collar full of dreaming. To the rust step of this bed, that did the hoops screaming. Did it from money and alcohol, the fiend of the best five ball, the jump, and so to the body, to the body, the body, the rhythm die. The knowledge of the champion, that's right. Like a slow jam. It's West Side, so you know that I'm bad on the no man. To the man, put it up on beat from Dre. To the roof of the leg. From Oakland to West Side. The back down. Show me love.
It's so funny because he was waiting for that show me love part because that's the only part he really knew. He was sitting there waiting. Did y'all see that? Watch him wait for it. Watch this.
To the leg from Oakland to West Side. The back down. Show me love.
He's so goofy. Umar, he's such a goofball. Man. He's such a goofy. All right, so that's the infamous Tupac rendition by Umar Johnson. All right. Thank you so much, good Chris. Thank you all for tuning on in. We have a poll up. Is Umar Johnson a hypocrite for being absent in all three of his children's lives? We have over 1,000 votes. 93% say yes, and 7% say no. And I'll say yes. It's definitely hypocritical for him for him to be absent for all these years, and for at least three. Okay, he's a deadbeat times three. Deadbeat 3 times. Also, let me just take a look and see where we're at with the likes for this live stream so far. And if you are enjoying the show and you're finding value in it, go on and hit that like button. It ain't going to take but 2 seconds of your time. We're at 388. Let's see if we can get to 500 before we close out this live stream. I was looking for where my drinks are. They're back there. I gotta get them off the bed. I was wondering where I put them. Okay, let's get to the video. To finish up the video from yesterday and the day before. Okay, we're right at the middle mark. I'm going to pull it up right here, and we'll go ahead and finish this up here today. Here we go.
Why doesn't Dr. Umar like weaves? Because it causes cancer. Marrying them don't mean they can't still cross you. How did you get a Nigerian name? I should block you for asking.
Yeah, I'm sorry. This interface really is trash. You should already know. I'm gonna send in a support ticket. I meant to do it yesterday. I'm gonna send a support ticket to StreamYard after this live stream. I'm very much disappointed in what they've done here. Anyway, real quick, there was other super chats. Let me make sure I get to these super chats. This is from Xavier. Xavier says, if people found out Umar baby mama is Rachel Dolezal, he would argue that he didn't date outside his race. She was my transracial Nubian princess. Yeah, and some of them, they would go with it. They would go with it. You know, I'm gonna tell y'all something. When I say that Umar has been living dirty, the thing is that we only know a very small, minute fraction of how much dirt Umar has been doing out here. A lot of his followers don't know that he has a gambling problem, where I can pull up videos where he's gambling. A lot of them don't know that he has a substance abuse issue. I can pull up videos that show clearly that he has some serious issues, including the video more recently where the plug, in my opinion, had a drop off. Y'all remember that? Hit the one. See, the amount of dirt that's out there on Umar, it's massive. That's why right now he's in crisis, because it only takes, it's like someone said earlier, like an avalanche. It only takes one little bit to get things rolling, and then all of a sudden it just spirals and spirals, and all of a sudden it all comes crashing down. That's Umar's biggest fear. But the thing is that Xavier, with his cult followers, he can't do anything wrong, even though he does things wrong all the time. You guys understand what I'm saying? So yeah, he could have a transracial Nubian princess and all this kind of stuff, or he can even have a white woman. I guarantee there'll still be supporters who would still defend him. In fact, a lot of people don't know this, Xavier, but Umar, his main side piece, all of them side pieces, okay, but his main side piece, her name is Sharon, and she's what Umar would classify as biracial. Half white, half black. I'm going to assume half black, but half white for sure. Okay. The point is that Umar, once people found out about her and people started talking about her, that's when he started to talk about my biracial Africans and my biracial this and blah, blah, blah. And see, all of that's morphed. As now we're into 2025, he's talking about my Sweden Africans and my German Africans and us. But see, that's another snowball. What really set that off was when people found out about Sharon, and it's just spiraled more and more out of control because he's trying to cover his base, cover all of his bases, because he can tell you need to. See, he started talking about white, light skin supremacy and black skin supremacy and how it doesn't matter. But in fact, Umar's a colorist. He values light skin over black skin or darker skin. Right? He has self-esteem issues associated with his own skin color. He's not even particularly dark, but he's a colorist. He has these internal issues because his daddy's light skin, his siblings are all lighter than him. See, so he has these lingering issues. But see, when everything gets caught back up, people start seeing him dealing with the quote unquote biracial, whatever that's supposed to mean, that's when he has to start to change his terminology and phraseology. And then here we are, not even all of a sudden, but all these years later in 2025, he's talking about German Africans. See? Thanks, Xavier. But again, his co-followers, he can't do nothing wrong. Okay? Thanks for super chat. Toolbell says $2,100 over 4 years. I thought he was the Messiah. Oh man, yeah, that's heavy. Yeah, that's really heavy. I mean, did you think literally that he was a Messiah? You know what? Email me. Email me at LenonHonor@yahoo.com and just say this is Toolbell. And if I can, I'll ask you some questions, just a couple of questions. I won't share your answers here, but I would like to ask you a couple of questions. $2,100 over 4 years. That's why I'm saying Umar has had tens of thousands of people send him money. That's why when someone earlier said he's probably around $3 million, 3.2, yeah, I can see that easily. I give him the benefit of the doubt. The lowball figure that I would come up with is 2.6, 2.7. It could be $4 million by now. See, again, we're talking about 11 years of him collecting money from his father and leeching off of black people. That's why the question I would ask him, if he would have to answer honestly and tell the truth, I would ask him first question: how much money have you raised for FDMG? Okay. And really, the way I should phrase it is, how much money have you raised for FDMG since you started raising money in April of 2014 for the St. Paul school. And the reason I phrase it that way is because Umar's so crafty. How much money have you raised for FDMG? He may say, "Oh, I thought you meant since 2023 to present." So I would ask him specifically dates from one point to present. That's how I would ask it. But yeah, there's plenty of people who sent this guy all kinds of crazy amounts of money, and sadly, there's still no school on the horizon whatsoever. And Umar's not even up there. He goes up there when he needs money, and he'll be up there begging again soon. He's gonna be looking all broke down and bummy. Watch. And the saga continues. But see, right now, that's kind of answer. It's like secondary. Right now, people are realizing the truth about Umar as being someone who hasn't been present in his child's life and in his children's lives, for that matter, and that he's a deadbeat. And in my opinion, that's far more important for people to know about Umar than the fact that he is a school scammer. He's a con man. All right, thanks, Toolbelt. Yeah, if you would like, yeah, please email me. You don't have to, but if I just like to ask you a couple of questions again, I'll keep your anonymity, and I won't share your answers here unless you would want me to. Anyway, thank you for the super chat, and you know, I was gonna say I'm sorry. I can't apologize for Umar, but I just feel bad. You know, I feel bad because so many people believed in Umar. So many people sent this guy money. So many people defended Umar. But understand that he's a master manipulator. This is what he's been doing for decades, and he's the great deceiver of our time. Okay, so you're not alone in that. There's plenty of people in the chat room, they were deceived by this guy too. I was never deceived. I knew from the jump that something wasn't right with him. I didn't know how deep it was until I started really getting deeper into the research, but I knew something wasn't right from the jump. Okay, thank you, Toolbelt, for sharing. Max said, just like the window was broken out on his abandoned buildings that I think he staged, just like the car window in his story. I shake my head. The windows at those buildings have been broken out at least twice, and it wasn't a big break. But I remember one time, because one was up above and one was on one of the side windows. One was above one of the entry doors, and then one was on one of these side windows. And I remember Umar stated, he said someone threw a big boulder rock. The hole was probably about this big, but he says a big boulder rock. It just goes to show you how much of a liar this guy is. Again, he exaggerates the bad, when anything, something's going wrong with the school or whatever, he'll exaggerate that shit because he wants people to send him more money. He actually said a big boulder rock. I kid you not, hit the one. And I said, what do you mean a big boulder? I remember years ago, I said, what is he talking about, a big boulder rock? The hole is about this big. Boulders are huge. Human beings can't even pick up a boulder to throw it through a window. What are you talking about? But that's Umar. See, just like he has to say he has 6 degrees when he has 5. He says he has 4 buildings when he has 3. He says he has 2 schools when he has basically has 3 trap bandos. Anybody remember that? Some of y'all, I see in the chat room. That's what he said. He said a big boulder rock. I said, word. All right. Anyway, Umar he's a storyteller. Okay, he'd be lying, but he will fabricate a story in a minute. In less than a minute. That's what he does. But see, he's been doing that. I'm gonna say this. I think he's been doing that since he was a child. He just never got out of it. Kids, they be telling stories and you be like, what? Then you say, well, wait a minute, you just said this, and they be like, oh, I meant to. And then you said, wait a minute, that don't make no sense because, and they be like, that's Umar, his behavior. He's been doing. I believe he's been doing like that since he's a child, and it's just got, and he's still like that, but it's just got, he's got 40. I don't know, maybe 45 years of experience of doing this. That's why he's able to manipulate people so easily. But he don't fool us. Because the story he told, whether it's about that rock through the window or the story that he told about the rock about the damage at that yoga, remember that one? Okay. Or the story that he told about the window being broken out of his baby mama car. He ain't fooling nobody. Well, he fooling some of them people, but he ain't fooling us. Because we undefeated. See? Yeah, Umar, he's something else. But again, like I said, I think he's been doing this since he was a child. He never got out of it. A lot of things about Umar is just childlike. He's in a state of arrested development. He really is. Okay. Thanks, Mac, for the super chat. We got to get going here. Okay, we already an hour and 40 minutes in. User 225 says craziest Umar Johnson idea was the dinner date show thing. I remember that. I remember the dinner date. He legit told women to go alone to an undisclosed location without their phone, asking to be. Umar's a trip. He really is. Because I'll be watching them CSI stuff, and some of the stuff he'd be saying sometimes, it's like right out of the CSI stuff, Yeah, but I remember he called it the date with the doctor. That was one of them. One of them was the date with the doctor, but he had another one called something with the prince or something like that. And more recently, I think this was last year, he was talking about how the women would make a donation to FDMG. I think he said $500 or something like that. And he would take them out on a date and he would pay for everything. He was out of college. And one of the young people, I was going to say one of the children, one of the young people, they were like, well, why would you be paying for it if they give you the money? Like, it don't make no sense. Aren't they paying for it? But see, that's Umar. He's such a scam artist. That's a scam too. How you gonna tell someone, yeah, you send me $500? I think it was $500. It might have been more. But how you gonna tell someone you give me $500 donation and I'll take you out on a date and I'll pay for everything? That's crazy. But that's Umar. All right. Thanks, user 225. Michael says POV cookie what? Cookie taking. I don't like the sound of that, sir. Thanks, Michael. Dr. Clay says, my 2 questions. Who hurt you? Who have you hurt as a result of your unfiltered trauma? Damn, but that would be too much. More specifically, the second question, that would be what I mean by that is that there's no way that you would be able to sit and sit through Umar honestly explaining all of the people that he has hurt. I mean, because let's think about this. He's hurt donors. He's hurt all of the children that he promised that he was going to open us up the school in 2013, 2014, 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. And then here we are in 2025. What about all of the women that he done ran through? What about all the baby mamas that he's created? I propose it's more than 3. I mean, that would be an exhaustive list. What about all of the black celebrities that he's chastised and disrespected and, you know, demeaned and devalued? What about all the black women that he's devalued and disrespected with his rhetoric? And what about all the black men that he's disrespected? I mean, would he have to say names? That's what I'm saying. The list would be so expansive that there's no way. It would be too much. That would open up such a huge chasm in this whole Umar Johnson saga. I mean, it would go so deep. I'll propose that it would. See, what about his co-follower? He would have to admit that too. See, him manipulating his co-followers to do his dirty work, that's also hurting people. It's hurting the co-followers too, including the people that they go after. Yeah. Yep. See, the who hurt you, that would be deep in and of itself. But who have you hurt as a result of your unfiltered trauma? That would open up Pandora's box. Yeah. Listen, Cookie, and this is excellent right here, man. Cookie Crush Chat. If you guys can think of 2 questions that you would want to ask Umar, and here's the caveat. He has to answer honestly. What would be those 2 questions? Okay, go and post inside the chat room. We ain't got time for me to read them, but I'll come back and check them out at a later time. Thank you, Dr. Clay. Yeah, that's deep right there. That second one. First one will be deep too, but that second one right there, that opens up Pandora's box. Okay, thanks for super chat. Yeah, that's deep. Matt said peace and paternity test. That's one thing we can say about Umar. He know how to take a paternity test. They said, now here are the instructions. No, I got that. Here, go on, let me give the. So let me tell you how to do it. I already know. All right, thanks, man. Thanks, man. Well, that's petty. I apologize. I should have did that. Derek says he's a side piece, pan piece, a prince of poo. I thought you was gonna say he's a side piece, pan piece, a prince of Punani. Boy, that's wild. Poopness. All right. Thanks, Derek. Then said roses are red, in need of a TikTok. I'm sorry. I'm talking about. I'm sorry. Roses are red, in need of a tic-tac. Ask too many questions, I'm going to bring up the HVAC. Now, Umar better not bring up the HVAC. I ain't heard him bring it up in a while. I know it still ain't working. That's another lie. There's another example right there. That's another one. He'd be lying about everything. He was lying about the HVAC back in the day. You guys remember the HVAC saga. The HVAC saga was huge. So was the, some of you guys probably don't remember this one, the Blueprint saga. There was a Blueprint saga. There was an HVAC saga. There was a Brother Jose saga. Now we have the child support deadbeat saga, which he's in crisis in mode now. The conscious stripper saga, the SETI rant saga, the Boyce Watkins saga, Tariq Nasheed. It just goes on. We can say the Hidden Color saga. We can say that one too. There's been so many of them, you know. But the HVAC one, that was a huge one for it went on for over a year. It might have been close to 2 years, but that was crazy. All right, thanks up then. And then Reggie says, Lenon, can you imagine if Umar Johnson get to go mainstream with this baby mama drama and got involved on Dancing with the Stars? Umar on Dancing with the Stars. Man, we would never hear the end of that bullshit. Yeah, I know that'd be wild. That'd be wild. Are you saying that he would be on there with his baby mamas though? That's too far. That would be too far. Umar admitted that he don't have no rhythm, and it's nothing to be ashamed of, Umar. And he explains it as that's because of the white people in his family. What he's really talking about, based on my research, is his Cuban great grandfather Cicero, who was a white Cuban. And Umar, he disdains that. You know what's crazy though, Reggie, is that even though he disdains his white Cuban ancestor, his great grandfather, he run around talking about how he's a descendant of Frederick Douglass. And he has said descendant on occasion. He says kinsman. He says he's a cousin. But he said descendants on occasion, even though he lied and said he never said that. But Frederick Douglass was half white. So what Umar talking about? See? What they should do is have a Dancing with the Stars and a Frederick Douglass impersonator. They could have Miguel Jackson up there too. Why not? Have them all up on there. Frederick Marcus Garvey come up there. Anyway, they all dance. All right, thanks, Ready, for super chat. And then a lady says, in the doc, add the section titled Broken Glass. yeah. We probably call it Broken Glasses. Okay. Yeah, broken glass. We can bring up the car, but that's nuts. That story's nuts. That would be in a documentary though, because that's one of the craziest things I've ever heard Umar say. And I pointed this out when we were reading through it. We ain't gonna have time to read through it again today, but when I was reading through it, I pointed out how you can tell that Umar sat with that to frame it the way that he was trying to frame it in order to manipulate people. He's painting a narrative. See, he's lying, okay? Pathologically, he's lying, but the pathology is to frame a particular narrative. Now, there's times where he posts and I can tell that he's just throwing that shit up there. But see, right now, because he's in crisis, he's trying to do his best to spin these narratives. And so when he writes this out, he goes step by step. He goes back, he edits, he goes step by step, he edits, and then he comes up with this foolishness. And there are people who bought into it. That's a doggone shame. See, the thing is that there should be, that police record should be someplace on file somewhere, and Umar should produce it, or produce where we can find it, and we'll go take a look, and then we'll see whether or not his story is 100% factual, or 75% factual, or 50% factual. Okay, am I saying that the whole thing is a lie? No, but me knowing how Umar is a habitual liar and a pathological liar, I can't believe anything that he says, ever. All right, thanks, lady, for the super chat. And then Marcus says, Lenon, God forbid, if Umar passed away tomorrow, what do you think his legacy would be? And I think it would depend on who you would ask. I think his followers would see him as a martyr, because that's what cult followers do. But people who have critical thinking skills and see Umar for who he is, again, he's the great deceiver of our time, like Sauron. For those of us who see him for who he is, I think his legacy will be a cautionary tale. I've been saying that for many, many years. And what I mean by that is that here you have a black man who really was given everything that he needed in order to be successful in life. And I'm not even talking about this notion of Umar being this great pro-black leader or this great Pan Africanist, because all that's a bunch of bullshit anyway. You black people, you should be sitting around waiting, thinking someone's going that some black leader's going to come to save you. You need to save yourself if you indeed feel as if you need to be saved. Okay, that's a whole nother topic right there. But if we can set aside this idea of Umar as this so-called black leader, it's a cautionary tale of someone who was given everything that they needed to be successful in life as a regular old person. Okay. Okay. It's also a cautionary tale of someone who did not get the type of psychological services that they needed in order to maximize on their potential as a regular person. It's a cautionary tale of someone who did not have the levels of discipline to achieve what they could have achieved, given everything that they had been given. See, I think his legacy would also speak to a serious problem in the Black or African American community, and that is of absentee fatherism, and black men sexually exploiting these black women and impregnating these black women with no commitment, and then moving on to the next pump and dump. That would be his legacy. And then, of course, he's a scam artist and a charlatan and a con man. That would be his legacy. Someone who collected millions of dollars for a school that does not exist. Someone who deceived so many people that they looked at some of these people looked at him as if he was some sort of a godsend, when in point of fact, he ain't nothing more than a bum from Philly, literally, a homeless bum from Philly. That would be his legacy. I'm talking about for those of us who have discernment. But like I said, Marcus, for those who are in the cult, Umar can never do anything wrong, and they will see him as a martyr. Yeah, it's really interesting, the dichotomy of all of this. I mean, this Umar Johnson, he really, the thing is that he's never galvanized people. He hasn't galvanized black people. What he's done is he split people apart. He split black people apart. But that's because he's been living dirty. But see, that's what Sauron did. That's what Umar is doing. That's what the Sith Lord did. Palpatine. That's what Umar's done. So for those who will see him with the discernment, we'll see him one way. But those who are part of the Umar Johnson cult, they're going to see him as a martyr. And I wouldn't be surprised by that, because that's what happens. It's just an aspect of human psychology. The difference is that we have discernment, and I can pull up receipts and prove everything I say about Umar. But his cult followers, they don't need any evidence for or against Umar. All they need to know is that they have to believe in him. Someone once said that you can't have a rational, intelligent conversation using logic with people who reach a decision or a conclusion from an illogical place. In other words, they're already illogical. That's how they came up with their premise. You can't use logic, therefore, to change that. That's how they got there, was through illogic. Well, that's Umar Johnson followers. Okay. Great question too, Marcus. Thank you for super chat as well. Black Wolf says the stripper saga really put his credibility in focus because Umar was lying his ass off and she blew that shit up. Yeah, she sure did. That was huge. That was huge. And again, remember, he was playing the victim. He was blaming everyone else and, blaming her. He was blaming, his supporters who were talking about it, blaming podcasters and all. He never took any level of accountability. Now, y'all remember the reason why she came out and said something was because he was online telling people that he was abstinent. This guy, he's a sexual deviant. What you talking about? We know that now. But he gets on there and lies, and she knows that he's not abstinent because he was pounding. She already knew. She's like, no, he was up in this thing. I don't mean to say it like that, but you know what I'm saying? So she says she's gonna come out and tell the business. And Umar don't want that because that's how he's been living. He's been living dirty like that for a long time, running through these women. See? Living dirty, but then he blames everyone else, just like he living dirty about having all these kids with no commitment to the baby mamas and getting them pregnant and leaving, bounce, don't take care of the kids. Same thing. See? But Umar presents himself as if he's black conscious and he's doing all these things to save black children. You ain't even taking care of your own kids. And no difference than back in the day with the conscious stripper saga. He's absent. Umar, you need to cut it out. See? Now, why was Umar? Why did he go ballistic on that? Because he didn't want people to know that he was living a sexual promiscuous lifestyle, because that is Umar. See? He didn't want people to know that. All right. Thanks, Black Wolf. And then peace be with you, sent to the super sticker. Thank you so much. And then Yana says, God bless you, honor speaking facts. Okay, I appreciate that. Okay, we got to get going here because we're running out of time. I'm not supposed to be on here this long. Okay, we're going to get through this video tonight for sure. I'm going to do my best to limit my commentary, and we're going to pick this up right here. This video is from March 6th of 2025. We got a lot to get caught up on, but we'll get caught up between now and next week. Here we go.
How I ended up with a Nigerian name. Yes, I want to have one more child. I need a son. I want to have one more child. I need a son. I need a prince. I have two princesses of Pan Africanism, but they are under baby mom mind control.
Yeah, here we go. Baby mama mind control. Remember, I showed you receipts at the start of this. He has 3 baby mamas at least. Also, I received a cash app from L, you know who you are, and also from MO, you know who you are. And let me see if I can get you unblocked too here. Thank you for the cash app. I have cash app a link down below in the description of this video. I never promote it, but that's down below in the description of this video. I also have, I rarely promote it. I also have PayPal down there too. Thank you so much for the cash apps. I appreciate it. Let me go. I'll be right back, everyone. I got to eat my fruit too. I'm hungry. I've been hungry before I even started. Here we go.
I have 2 princesses of Pan Africanism who I love with all my heart, and I'm sure we're going to work it out one day, but they are under baby mama mind control. Both of my princesses are under baby mama mind control. I need a prince to go with my 2 beautiful princesses. I'm going to have one more child. I need a son. I need a son. Oh yes, I'm having a son now. I thought I was going to pass on the boy. I need me a boy. Oh yes, I need me a boy. So one of my 2 wives will have to be of childbearing age. One of my 2 wives will have to be of childbearing age. Oh, yes. Have you spoken to them? I think your
I apologize. I don't mean to be starved with food in my mouth. I have some melon. Real quick, Cookie Crush chat. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Cookie Crush chat. I apologize. What would be childbearing age? Type inside chat room. I'll be right back.
minding my business. Are you minding my business, sister? Somebody said, I think I'm going to have me a wife in Ghana. Where my Ghanaian Africans at? Where are all my beautiful Ghanaian African women? I think I'm going to marry a Ghanaian sister. I think I need a wife in Ghana because I'm a citizen of Ghana. So I think I need an indigenous Ghanaian wife. An indigenous Ghanaian wife. I think I need an indigenous Ghanaian wife. And then she will bear me the son. He'll be born on African soil, Prince Ifatunde. And then my American wife can be whatever age.
See, that's concerning right there. This guy's 50, talking about childbearing age. I've been telling y'all. See? I just told you. And he's very specific about it, too. He's very specific. Yeah, okay, Thede Bet. You were fisking. Thede Bet, I was fisking a All right, well, welcome. Thank you for tuning on in. Umar, he's something else. Thanks for the super chat. 18 to 25, legally 18 to 40. Yeah. And he's 50. 40. Is it 40? Women can have babies late after 40. Because if I knew that, I wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be. I would. I'll stay in there a little longer. You feel me? I'm sorry. I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't do that at all. I apologize. All right. Yeah, I did. I told people a long time ago. You know, I told people a long time ago. And also, like I said, those college tour videos, you can tell he's recording the little girl's body parts, following them around and putting his cell phone on their backsides and stuff. You see? He's a pervert in that way. So him saying childbearing age, that in and of itself, ladies and gentlemen, is very concerning. He's 50. I've been telling people. Yeah, we need to get this guy in the Cookie Crush courtroom. No. All right, let's keep going. Here we go.
An indigenous Ghanaian wife. I think I need an indigenous Ghanaian wife. And then she will bear me the son. He'll be born on African soil, Prince Ifatunde. And then my American wife can be whatever age. But I'm not saying this definitively. But I think that my son should be born of an African queen on the continent. And since I'm a citizen of Ghana, what better way to honor Ghana and the ancestors and the great people of Ghana than to have a son with the Ghanaian queen. At ease, my queens, at ease. I understand you want to give birth to baby papa. At ease, my queens. How do I know you ain't going to do the same thing that those 2 women did? How do I know you're not going to do the same thing that those 2 women did? Africans don't claim Americans. I'm going to block you, you coon. Take your pretendian ass, whatever you into, get off my live. This is You on it, that man nuts. Damn, you on that man nuts. Early in the morning, you swinging from another man nuts. Can somebody please get the
Yeah, he's talking about I can't remember his name again. Calloway. That's what he's talking about. Dave Calloway, Dave Calloway.
testosterone? Can we please get the testosterone? He's swinging from that man nuts. So-and-so is live. Go join his live. So-and-so is live. Why would I join his live when I'm more popular than him and got more followers and supporters than him and everybody on his live? Does that make any sense to y'all? Why would I go jump on another man's live when I'm more popular than him and everybody on his live put together? Get off that man's testicles. Damn. What time? What is it? 7 o'clock? You swinging from that man's testicle? Will somebody get that man a testosterone shot? Will somebody? Oh man, it's a zesty fest. Hold on, get you out of here too. We definitely not doing that today. A damn Neanderthal zesty gonna jump on my live. A Neanderthal zesty just jumped on my live. This shit is crazy. The sun is coming up. I'm happy. I'm not stressed at all. Ifa Tunde Nation, stay focused. And guess what? I'm posting more voiceovers today. Since baby mama number 1 and baby mama number 2 want to get mad at me for posting videos of beautiful queens doing voiceovers of my work, I'm posting all day now. You want to try to turn my seed against me because you jealous of the women I'll post? I'm posting all day now. Black women, please.
Yeah, this is Umar spinning a narrative. No, it has nothing to do with that. What Umar is trying to allude to is this notion that these baby mamas still want him. That's what he's doing. But that's a narrative he's been spinning for a very, very long time. You know, they wanted me. I didn't want to marry them, et cetera, et cetera.
Do some Ifa Tunde voiceovers and send them to me so I can post you. I'm talking to all black queens in the Ifa Tunde galaxy. I don't care if you a Central African queen, a West African queen, a South African queen, a East African queen, a North African queen. I don't care if you an African queen in Asia, if my British queens, my Scandinavian queens, my Stockholm queen, my French queens, my Irish queens, my German queens, my Canadian queens, my Jamaican queens, my Cuban queens, my Barbadian queens, my St. Lucia, St. Croix, St. Vincent, St. Martin queens. Do a voiceover and send it to me so I can post your fine ass on my Instagram. Since baby mama 1 and 2 want to go to war, let's crash out. Since baby mama number 1 and number 2 want to go to war, let's crash out. My Texas queens, my Philly queens, my Jersey queens, my Chicago queens, my Omaha queens, my Oakland queens, my Phoenix queens, my Houston queens, my Carolina queens. Do a voiceover video. Make sure you're looking good now, sisters. And I prefer you have natural hair. Make sure you're looking good now, sisters. And send it to me, and I'm going to post it, since that's what got baby mama 1 and 2 all up in a rut. Trying to turn the seed of Ifa Tunde, the seed of the chosen one, the prophet of black consciousness. You trying to turn my seeds against me because I posted videos of women doing voiceovers? Let me get you out of here. Who else want to get blocked for the rest of their life? Who else want to get blocked for the rest of their life? Let's see. Block party in full effect. Come on, man. All these zesty Neanderthals, we should have left y'all in the caves. I don't know why we brought y'all out the caves. Lord have mercy. Why did we bring them out the caves? We should have left them in there. Swinging from that man nuts in the morning. Let me get you out of here. I need some breakfast. Where my Scandinavian African sisters? I need me some breakfast. Where my Scandinavian African queens? I don't know why there are Neanderthals requesting to go live. No, sir. This is an all African live. Your baby mamas wasn't that said anything Let me get you out of here. You think you smart, right? You think you intelligent. Okay. You got the GED, I got the PhD. Can we stay focused? You got the GED, I got the PhD. Can we stay focused? I got the PhD, you got the GED. Can we stay focused? King Kong Krispy Kreme. I'm not feeling that. That sounds zesty. Get you out of here.
They roasted him.
Out of here. Who else? Who else? King Kong Krispy Kreme. That's some sweet. Oh, you zesty ass. Ah, should have left y'all in the caves. Let's see here. What type of doctor are you to kind your mama like? Let me get you out of here. What type?
What in the world is going on? Umar, I've been eating. I'm still hungry. But anyway, can you believe this guy? This is a school psychologist, by the way. He's a school principal and a vice principal, a therapist, a child therapist, a conflict resolution expert. I kid you not, he's the most requested scholar.
But doctor are you to kind your mama like? Let's see. What type of doctor are you to kind your mama like? Let's see what else we got.
Yeah.
What type of doctor?
Yeah, he's very sensitive. Umar, he is so the sensitivity is strong in this one. Yeah, he's very sensitive, very sassy, very sassy. He's always been like that, though. When I think about it, he's always been very sensitive and low self-esteem. Anyone say anything to him, he ready to jump out the window. He gets hurt very easily. You know, that's what I'm saying. When I say that Umar's marshmallow, it's not just like streetwise. He's marshmallow in the sense that it's the narcissism though too. He does not do well when he doesn't know how to manage his emotions and he doesn't know how to manage himself, period, when people criticize him or ask him questions that he perceives to be threatening questions or whatever. He just does not have it in him. So you're supposed to be able to regulate your emotions, and Umar doesn't have that ability. That's something we're supposed to learn when we're younger, like, you know, real young, how to regulate emotions. You see babies, they can't do it. That's something we learn over time. Umar, he hasn't learned it well enough to be able to manage. And so any little thing to set him off, that the level of sensitivity is just beyond, it's through the roof. And yet he claims to be like this alpha male. That's not alpha male behavior. You know, and anytime someone bring up something dealing with the school, he goes through 100. I forgot to pull the Lord Jamar rant when Umar went off on Lord Jamar show. That's another example of Umar just being extremely, it's not even overly, let's say extremely overly, if you don't mind, sensitive. He's a very sensitive person. You know, his feelings get hurt real easy. He starts lashing out. That's why this whole, I don't know what we call this, the Deadbeat saga. We got to come up with a name for the Deadbeat Chronicles or whatever. That's why it's so huge, and he's reacting the way that he's reacting because he's so sensitive. He should have handled this as a father, as a balanced, emotionally balanced father. He could have used this as an opportunity to bridge a gap between himself and his daughter. He didn't do that, and part of the reason why is because he's overly sensitive. You know. He's like a child. He really is. I think that's good. Very good point too, Marcus. Thanks for the super chat. Giannis says, how do I convince my father to get him out of Umar's influence? This is crazy. Listen, I don't think that I really don't think that you should even try. I really don't. And I can't give you, I don't want to give you tell you what to do, because that's between you and your father. I don't want to get in between, a home or contribute to any of this, because that's a home. Umar is divisive in and of itself. I don't want to contribute to that in any way. It's just like with anything else. Whatever a person's situation is in life, if you got someone who's under the influence of someone else, and you know that other person who's influencing them is no good, and in Umar's case, he's dirty. He's always been dirty. He's a master manipulator. I would just leave it alone. That's what I would do. I would just leave it alone. Don't bring it up. Just let it be. What we would hope for is that at some point, people that we love, that they figure it out. Okay. You know, that's what we have to do with our own children too, by the way. I know you're the child and that's your parent, but we got to do that with our own children. You know, we got to let them figure things out. And sometimes it's hard to not say too much when you know you can kind of help them, but then you say, no, they got to learn this so that they can learn how to live in the world. They can be able to be self-sufficient. And at some point they can start their own life without having mommy and daddy, you know, all in their business like that. You know, well, sometimes the children have to parent the parent and just let them be and hopefully let them figure it out. That's my best advice. Now, it's a sad situation, but you know, it is what it is. Thank you for the super chat. And thanks God, Little Prince, for being a moderator up in here. All the mods, shout out to all the mods. I appreciate y'all. What's up, Pierre? Pierre says, if I was as destitute as Umar, having a junior would be my worst nightmare. That's how you know Lil JJ is really a weirdo and buster. Yeah, it makes no sense. Because I was talking about this the other day, Pierre, and that I'm not 50. I'll be 50 in what? In about 8 months, I'll be 50. Even when I was 49, I'm thinking I'm not going to be having no more kids. 48, and I can. 48. I'm too old. My wife is a little bit younger than I am, but at this point in my life, we already have 5. You know, I'm waiting on grandbabies. But see, Umar, even him talking like this with where he's at, he's destitute. He's been homeless since 2019. You shouldn't be thinking about having no kids when you already have at least 3 out here that you don't take care of, and you're a deadbeat. You shouldn't even it shouldn't even come into your mind to get another woman pregnant and have another child, and you're almost 50 and been homeless since 2019. That's crazy. But it goes to show you where Umar's mind is that he's a sick individual on many different levels. It's just sick. And you know what else? It's possible that he already has a son out there, or 2 or 3. It's possible, very possible. But for him at the age of 50 in an utter state of destitution, for him to even be proposing this is crazy. Traveling over the world. What you mean? What you going to have? Impregnate another woman, probably one who's much, much younger than you? And then and she's going to be sitting there taking care of the baby while you traveling around the world? Is that what we're going to do at 50? It just goes to show you what kind of person that he is. See? Notice he ain't saying nothing about, you know, I want to get into a loving relationship with a woman. You know, I want us to grow together. I want us to, be together for an extended period of time so we can get to know each other. And hopefully, you know, God willing, we can have a baby. He ain't talking like that. But even at 50, he should, come on. That's not what he's talking about. He's talking about pump and dump. That's what he's talking about. To have a child who's a son just to have him. See, that's how Umar thinks. It's not about a family. It's not about raising kids together. It's not about going through the struggles of life together as a husband and wife. It's not about any of that. It's about, you know, I'm going to tell y'all what it is. Umar sees these children as trophies, nothing more, something to talk about as if it's an accomplishment, even though he's a deadbeat. And there are people who look at it like that. There are men. I'm sure there's some women too, but there are a lot of men. They say, yeah, I have a son, I have a daughter. Meanwhile, they ain't in none of their children's life. Deadbeat bums. Well, that's Umar. See, for him, if I have a son, okay, it's another trophy I can put up on the mantle, and I can brag about that too. But he's a deadbeat. I'm sorry, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. It's weirdo. And yeah, he is a buster. He's been a buster since I ain't gonna say since he was born, but close to it. Anyway, I shouldn't say that. Thanks, Pierre. Derek says Deadbeat Diary. Yeah, we can call it the Deadbeat Diary. We have to come up with a name for this. The Deadbeat Chronicles. The Deadbeat Diaries is good, but maybe Deadbeat Diaries, make it plural. The Deadbeat Diaries saga or Deadbeat Diary saga, maybe. We gotta come up with something. Yeah, he's very fragile human being on so many different levels. Okay. Yeah, what happens if he has another girl? A boy isn't guaranteed. I really don't think it matters though, because in Umar's mind, he's been living like this. It's dirty, just living dirty and foul. He's been living like this since 2002, at least, when he impregnated the first baby mama. So whether it's another girl or boy, it's not like he's going to be a father. So I don't think it matters to him. He probably already got some more kids out there. He probably got some sons out there. I wouldn't be surprised. But let's say he doesn't. I can see him impregnated 2 or 3 more women. and then just to get a boy. I can see him because that's how he lives. I'm gonna tell you what I ain't gonna tell you what I really think though. I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna tell you what I really think. But one of these days, I'm gonna tell y'all, but I ain't gonna tell you what I really think. I don't even think he wants any more children. I don't think he can have more children. And I just said it. I ain't gonna say no more. All this rhetoric about I want another son. I just think that he wants to put that out there as, you know, for one of these women's that, you know, I ain't gonna say it, but people call them pick-me's so that they can be like, yeah, I want to have his first son with him so that he got another one that he can call up and get that booty shake on. That's what I think. It ain't about creating no babies though. Huh? That's how Umar is. See, I ain't gonna say too much. Y'all read between the lines. That's what I think. He's so foul. I ain't gonna say nothing else. I ain't gonna say nothing else on it. Par B says the title is The Buster Chronicles. But we have to put the deadbeat in there though somehow though. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all about Umar being a deadbeat. So the Deadbeat Buster Chronicles, that'll work. Okay, but deadbeat has to be in there. Okay. The Buster Chronicles. He's such a buster. All right. Thanks, Par B. We got to get going because I got to wind this down. I got to get up very, very early tomorrow. Thank you, Par B, for super chat. Leslie says a kid in Ghana won't be subject to child support. I don't know. I don't know if they would or not. Yeah, I would not know whether or not whether they would be or not. I don't know how that works internationally. You know, he's been going back and forth to Ghana for many years. I would not be surprised if he had some babies over there. I would not be surprised at all. The thing is that let's say that he did, and I'm just speculating here. Let's say that if he did, how would they get child support out of the United States of America? And wouldn't that be documented on the Pennsylvania child support website? That's where I pull up all these receipts. Wouldn't that be up there though too? And I haven't seen it. You know, yeah, that's hard for me to say. But you know what's crazy, Leslie, is the fact that we even have to consider these types of things speaks to the truth that Umar, he's amoral, because what he should have done is been a father to his child, the first one, you know, and he should have been a father to the child, the second one, and a father to the child, and the third one. And see, at some point, it should have clicked in his mind that he just can't keep living like this, and he should just settle down with one woman and raise the family, and that would be that. But that's not what Umar has done. He continues to live the lifestyle he's been living. That's why we have to even come up with this. We have to even think about this. But the fact that you even have to pose this, it proves, you know, the quality of Umar's character. It's crazy. Thanks for super chat. I just don't get it. I don't see how any man can live like that, but he's still living like that today. He don't care. He don't care at all. He don't care about none of these kids. He definitely don't care about the women, because even just to impregnate and leave, I don't get that. That's crazy. Thanks, Leslie. Fairchild says Dr. Doom / Dr. Deadbeat supervillain. Yeah, that's what he is. He's a deadbeat supervillain. Yeah, he is. Umar, he's interesting. He reminds me of those supervillains, whether it's in them old school cartoons or the Marvel the Marvel movies, or you can look at Star Wars with the Sith. You can look at Lord of the Rings with Sauron. He's like a super villain, but he's a deadbeat supervillain. That's Umar. Thank you, Fairchild, for the super chat. Also, thanks to Peace Be With You and Derek, everyone else who sent in super chats. Dysfunctional Deadbeat Files. Yeah, the Dysfunctional Deadbeat Files. Yeah, we can use that one too. That works. That's a doggone shame we even have to come up with this. See? In 2025. But it is what it is. Okay, we got to start winding this show down. So let me let this play. We got to finish this up today for sure. Someone said super deadbeat. All right. Thanks, God, for the super chat. Let's finish this up. Here we go.
Are you the kind your mama like? Let's see what we got here.
Here you
Queen
go.
Montana, you out of here, brother. Queen Montana, you out of here. You block your biff. Philly Flyboy. Queen Philly Flyboy, you out of here too. Hate to have to block a Philly cat. Okay, get this one out of here too. Another little dusty, crusty crustache, 3 crazy. Let's see who else. Just because you repeat things don't make you smart. Another male queen. We got a lot of male queens in the chat. Shout out to all the male queens getting blocked in the chat. We got a lot of male queens in the chat.
They going in on
a lot of male queens in the chat. A lot of male queens in the chat. You see, we got a lot of feminine energy in the male kingdom this morning. A lot of feminine energy amongst the males this morning. You seeing and hearing allegations. Good for you, brother. Good for you. I'm glad you're hearing allegations. Who cares? I'll give you a new baby. Deadbeats, okay. Another male queen. Testosterone. Atlanta. Do you think the oldest people of the land were melanated? Lincoln University homecoming, send an invitation. Lincoln University homecoming, send an invitation. Lincoln University homecoming.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought I was muted. I was snacking too. I apologize. Real quick, if anyone's been blocked and they feel as if they shouldn't have been, you can always email me at LenonHonor@Yahoo and just send me your YouTube, a link to your YouTube page. Okay, and I'll see what I can do to get you unblocked. Okay, that happens. Bob says only thing on the block party is that he got his Cash App shut down. Yep, his Cash App went to the block party. Thanks, Bob. Fairchild also says MC Deadbeat on the Wheels of Steel. Give it up. I remember the Wheels of Steel. I remember that. Shout out to Fairchild. Thank you for the super chat. And then Matt said he might have a little prince of panhandling already. Yeah, he might. I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised at all. Okay, and then Fairchild also says, or Deadbeats, the headphones that don't work. Yeah. Okay, you taking it back to the old school. Okay, thanks for all the super chats, everyone. We gotta start winding this down because I actually got to get ready for bed. Thank you everyone for inside the chat room. I'm gonna let this play, then I'm gonna go check on the poll, and I'm gonna close it out in just a couple of minutes. Make sure you get your vote in on the poll, and then if you're enjoying the show or you've enjoyed the show and you haven't hit the like button, you want to hit the like button. It won't hurt nobody to do so. Thank you all so much. Quick for chat undefeated. Let's go.
Send the invitation. Puerto Rico, send the invitation. Send the invitation. Have I ever been to Massachusetts? I'm coming back to Massachusetts next month. Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, send the invitation. We got a lot of male queens. The school is never opening. That's probably a pale face.
Boy, they going in on him.
Where the school at? Okay. Probably got dirty drawers on. Let me see. Where the school at? Let's see.
Yeah, let me address Winston real quick. I thought the purpose of a podcast is to get more subscribers. Not necessarily. That's not necessarily. You know, there's people who, and let me say this: I've been on YouTube for a very long time, and I know how it works, probably more than you do. Okay, matter of fact, I'm sure that I do, because you wouldn't make that type of a comment. You're probably Umar Johnson supporter too, but that's okay. I'm going to set that aside. The goal is not to get subscribers, because subscribers doesn't equate to success. And I'll use an example. There are people who have 200,000, 300,000 subscribers, but they're only getting 2,000 views. A more accurate statement would be that the purpose of a podcast is to get views, not subscribers. I call it when someone has an exuberant amount of subscribers or followers, but they're getting very little engagement. I call that a social media desert. It's defunct. That's not the goal. Okay. The goal is views, engagement, and then conversion. And what I mean by conversion is that there should be some sort of financial benefit to the person who has the podcast. And I get a lot of support here on YouTube from the Cookie Crush chat. Views, look at the chat room, engagement, and yeah, the financial part. So subscribers, that's not the goal. The goal is functionality, okay, within the scope of views, engagement, and reciprocity, more specifically financial. And in those three areas, I'm very much successful here on YouTube. So let's just say that, yeah, I could talk about other topics. I could, but I don't have the time. I don't have the time. I have my day job. I consider the Umar content as part of my part-time job. And then I got a family to take care of too. I got children. I drive them around, all this kind of stuff. My wife, she's busy with what she's doing. So I've taken on more responsibility. So this works for what I'm doing. I'm not interested in getting more subscribers. What I want is more engagement. So this message gets out to more people. So more people are woken up in terms of Umar being a scam artist. And then, of course, yeah, I appreciate the financial support. And it's been incredible. That's why I always thank people. I take the time to thank people. You know, that's success. All right. So let's be clear about that, you know, for everyone. I'll continue to speak about Umar for as long as I feel like speaking about Umar. When I have more time to do other things, I'll do it. But this is not the time. Okay. Also, part of having success in social media is knowing your lane. The lane may change, but know your lane well enough to know when to maximize on that lane, when to step back from that lane, when to re-engage that lane, right? All this is strategic in order to maximize on success, okay? You don't know those things, you know, okay? Remember, G.I. Joe used to say, knowing is half the battle, okay? Now you know. All right. Let's see real quick. Leslie says he wants his African wife to be childbearing age, and an American one can be any age to get around child support. How do I know the same thing as the others? Yeah, that's very interesting. Very interesting thing. The fact that Umar is even, well, I tell you, I already told people he's a sexual deviant. And what's most perplexing, what's not even perplexing, what's most concerning is I don't think that Umar even wants any more children. I don't think he can have them. Be real with y'all. I think what Umar wants is to set up a dynamic where there are women out there who believe that he wants to have some babies, some more babies, and they want to be the next one. Very slick on his part. But again, African wife to be childbearing age. What does that mean? Childbearing age can mean anything. See? But if he impregnates a woman over there, regardless of how old she is, then he gets around child support. I don't know. Listen, I don't know, Leslie, but if that's true, that if you have a baby up over there somewhere that they can't get you on child support, I don't know. See? But if that's the case, I can see him trying to finagle that way because he never wants to pay child support. See, let me say one other thing. Umar stated, I think it was in this video, it might have been in another one. He stated, well, I pay child support. And you can pay child, and the truth is he wasn't paying child support consistently. He was in child support all the time. He'd been in the arrears since 2002, and he's still in the arrears at the beginning of 2025. But it goes to show his mentality. He thinks that, okay, I'm a father just because I send some money when the court calls me in and gets the money out of me. See, no, being a father is not just about sending money. It's also about being there and an active participant in your child's life. So why would Umar, at the age of 50 now, be talking about how he wants another child from some woman in Africa, or I gotta say it, a female in Africa who is childbearing age, and he's 50? What? I tell you, he's sick. Thank you, Leslie, for the super chat. And then someone says, salute to the active fathers. Get the likes up. Yeah, let's get that like button up for the active fathers. Okay, we're not perfect, but we try and we do our best. We seek to do better. That's what we do. That's what I've done. Okay, and we can't make any excuses for Umar. Umar Johnson follows. You can't make any excuses. You can try to dissuade me from talking about his ass, but that ain't gonna change nothing. He's still a deadbeat. Okay. Thank you so much. Goddamn. And then Robbie, what's up? Robbie says Boyce Watkins and Roland Martins are good examples. Lots of subscribers, but tumbleweed rolling across the desert as far as engagement. That's what I was going to say. I was going to bring up Boyce Watkins because his YouTube page is dead. So the goal is now subscribers. See, in fact, what you should do is the amount of subscribers you have. You should look at your average views. You factor in engagement too, but I'm talking about quantifiable. You take the number of subscribers that you have, and then you look at how many views you're getting on your videos. And really, if you're getting anything less than 7% of your subscribership, you're a failure. And you can also argue 10%, to be honest with you. But I think on YouTube, at least this is what I used to think. This is how I looked at it back in the day. It was in about 6 or 7%. See, but what do I have? I'm looking right now, 73,000 subscribers. Well, if I get 15,000 or 20,000 or 25,000 views, that's what about 33%. That's success. And then on top of that, the engagement, how the Cookie Crush chat operates, and then the super chats, the Cash Apps, and PayPal that come in. You know, and then on top of that, I get revenue from ads and all that other stuff. That's success. So, you know, some people just don't know what they're talking about. I don't want to be mean to the person who posted that comment, but obviously they don't know what they're talking about. I've been on YouTube for a very long time. And the formula that I've been operating from more recently in life actually works, and it works very, very well. See? All right. Would I like to expand content? Yeah, I've been wanting to expand content for years now, but I simply don't have the time. And Umar's always into some mess. He's always posting videos. He's always on social media. There's always something going on. And so I try to keep track and try to keep up with it. And we're actually behind. We're about, a week behind right now. Okay. Thank you, Robbie. And it's true. Boyce Watkins, he has a lot of subscribers, but very little engagement. Very little. Thank you, Robbie, for the super chat. That's what I call a social media desert. Okay. It's a form of failure. I mean, you can hold on to it as long as you want to, but it's failure. Papa was a rolling Ifatunde Stone. Yeah, and he still is. Okay, he's still a rolling. He's rolling right now. All right, that's thanks, D. Somebody, yeah, exactly. Nice say, womp womp. That's fucking, what do my sons be doing? I said, what's wrong with you? Why are you saying that? Yeah, go complain on Umar's page. We have a good time up over here. That's one thing I can say. We have a good time. Monica says, thank you for bringing awareness. It took me a couple of years to realize that you were right the whole time. Please don't stop doing what you're doing. You're so welcome. Thank you so much. And thanks for the super chat. You also sent me a Cash App too. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And that's also another aspect of the success. Just putting information out there. And it's not just what I put out, it's what people talk about in the chat room. And then, you know, how people really do, you know, kind of figure things out. And it's not necessarily what I'm saying all the time, but just by the communication that takes place in the chat room, they're like, wait a minute. Like there's sometimes people mention things in the chat room I didn't even think about. I'm like, oh, wait a minute, you know, but that's always going on in the chat room. I try to stay out of there because I get caught up. And I'm trying to, you know, go get through the show. But that's something that's very unique and very special. I haven't seen anything like that on the internet. And I'm specifically talking about a situation where we have a con man who is and we're covering him in real time, step by step. Very unique, you know. So thank you so much. Thank you for being here. And that's one of the other benefits from my perspective. It's one of the rewards of doing this work on Umar is that it has helped people to see the truth about Umar. It saves people money, okay, because they're not sending money to Umar for a fake school that does not exist. It keeps their children safe because Umar has no business being around the children in the first place. See, it also keeps Black women safe. You know, Black women who could get caught up with Umar because he's always pressing up on you, Black women trying to sexually exploit you, right? So it can help in that way too to keep Black women safe from being sexually exploited. And yeah, it also helps Black men who follow Umar because he sets such a low standard. And if your leader is the standard, the bar is set so low, and that's your leader, then that means that you can be less than that. Well, Umar is already, I mean, he's so low down on the totem pole in terms of manhood responsibility, fatherhood responsibility, masculinity, you know, being of service to people. Protecting and service. He's protecting and serving. He's so low on the totem pole. The bar is set so low, but that means that the men who follow him, they can set the bar even lower because they're looking up to a leader. Well, if you're looking up to a leader, he way down here. You way down there. You see, so there's that benefit too. It's not about subscribers. Okay. You know, it's about the impact. It's about the engagement. And yeah, it's about, you know, the financial support that I receive here too, you know. So yeah, thank you for saying that. Yeah, I'll continue to do this work. You know, I don't plan on doing this for the rest of my life, but it definitely needs to be done. You know, it definitely needs to be done. Thank you, Monica, for the super chat. I appreciate it. Okay, let me get to these other ones, and then we're going to finish up with this video, and then we'll be done. We'll be back Monday or Tuesday. It just depends on my schedule. Okay. Thank you again, Monica. Thanks, D. Par B says, we are the Cookie Crush Chat, and tune in for this subject matter. Great job as always. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If it wasn't, if people didn't enjoy the content, then people wouldn't show up, you know. And we're getting anywhere from 1,000 to 1,200 people live, but we haven't been doing those types of numbers since the pandemic. You know, we would get 600, 700, 800. More recently, maybe closer to 900, but now with all this other stuff. So there is a demand for it. That's the other thing when it comes to social media. There has to be a demand for the content too, because success is predicated on the demand aspect of it. You know, you can have a whole bunch of, you probably won't really get much subscribers in the first place if the demand isn't there for that content. You won't get much engagement if the demand isn't there for that content. You won't get any likes. You won't get much financial support, et cetera, if there's not a demand. There's other people who cover Umar too. But again, the way that I cover it, how I organize the show and what we've been able to build more specifically inside the Cookie Crush Chat, that's what really makes it all go. You know, that's why I'm always appreciative. I'm always appreciative. Very unique situation. Okay. Thanks, Parby. I appreciate it. And thanks for being here. And in College of Natural Health Sciences, BDA, Grandpapa Smurf said, keep his name out your mouth. Well, it's too late for that. But you know what's funny? Umar, he don't like people talking about it, but he always got people's name in his mouth, don't he? He always talking shit about black people. If you guys really think about it, he's always disparaging black people. Barack Obama, you know, Charles Barkley, Shaq. Okay, real quick, just throw some names in there. Even Roland Martin. I don't really care for Martin all that much anyway, but Roland Martin. I remember we put together a whole list. Yeah, LeBron. Yeah, what's up, Jimmy Jamboree and Ruben DeVetta and Mike Jones. 78 vet. Serena Williams. What kind of man? Naomi Osaka. See, he goes after his barber. Denzel Washington. Yep. Tina Turner. When she transitioned. Yeah, the NBA is a suspect. Someone said he's a repeating bum. Steve Harvey. Yeah. Kobe. Vanessa, Kobe's widow. What kind of man? Stephen A. I can't stand Stephen A. To be honest with you, but Stephen A. Yeah. Yeah, MFL. Yeah. Vanessa. I mean, we can go on for Jesus. yeah. Umar, you know Umar. You go at Jesus too. We'll be here for the rest of the month, putting that in names in here. Roland Martin, Shannon Sharp, Umar Deadbeat 3 times. Yeah. But anyway, he goes at everybody. Yeah, Colin Kaepernick. His baby mamas now. We can put his daughter in there now too. Danny Glover. The list goes on and on. We be here for the rest of the month. Here we go. Here we go. Fred Flintstone. Yeah, he went at Steve Urkel. Leave Steve Urkel alone. He want a white woman, let him get a white woman. You know he goofy anyway. Let him get a white woman. You know what I'm saying? DL Hughley. Yeah, Jesus. The black HVAC contractors, Obama, he hated Obama. Deadbeat Dads Union. Yeah. Umar gonna get a group of deadbeat dads and form a union. They're gonna file a complaint against me. That's wild. They're gonna file a report against LenonHonor. Thanks for the super chat. Yeah. Danny Glover, you know. Y'all tripping there, Andre the Giant. Cut it out. Yeah, Jay-Z, Prince. He's gone at Beyonce. Carl Winslow. I don't know if he went at Carl Winslow. Yeah, that was funny. Yeah, his own donors. Yeah, he's gone at his own donors. Nike, Cynthia G. Yep. Well, he was going in on Deion Sanders and Deion Sanders' son. Yep, his baby mama's mamas. Yep, you're right about that. Yep, Bronny James. Did he go at Carlton? I didn't hear him go at Carlton Banks. He gone at Tasha K, Kendrick Lamar. Yep. Yeah, I know. Let me get up out here. Dwayne Wade, Brother Jose. Yeah, you know that's bad. Yeah, he is. I don't remember him going at Carlton from Fresh Prince, but I'll take your word from it. he done gone at Smurfette. He done gone at Smurfette. The H-back worker. No, he didn't. No, he didn't go at no Cool Modi. Cut it out. Y'all tripping. Candace Owens, yeah. Transformers. He even went at your baby mama too? Damn. Yeah, he went after trifling black people. He always going. He went after the trifling black people. Tyreek, yeah. He went after Scooby-Doo as well. All he talk about nowadays is Snow Bunny. He even be going after shoes. You know, that's bad. Okay, he went at his daddy too. He went at Zora. He went at Tyrese. Shador Sanders, King, he done stole money from King Randall. You know that's bad. Yeah. Candyman. He went after Candyman. Somebody, let me get off this chat room right now. Somebody said they looked in the mirror and they said Umar Johnson 3 times and their money disappeared. I fell out. Someone posted that on another video. I fell out. Something I said, that's wild. I said, yeah, go to the mirror and say Umar Johnson 3 times. People scared to do it. Y'all know y'all scared to do it. You gonna do it. You gonna check your bank account. It's gonna be overdrawn. All your credit cards gonna be maxed out and shit. Boy, that's wild. Someone said I laughed so hard. All right. Boy, that was wild. That's all I'm saying. You can't beat the Cookie Crush chat. You can't beat it. See, I just got caught up with y'all's madness just now. I'm sweating. I need to get up off here. I love y'all. For real, though. All right. That's all I'm saying. Oh, they still up. They still up. They probably watching TV. They got that nice couch. They be chilling watching TV. They deserve it, though. My babies. Okay, let's finish this up, boy. Y'all crazy. Here we go.
Crustache. Shave that crustache off your top lip. Which city got the best girls? I'm not into that, brother. We got to stay focused.
Well, that's great. That 20 gonna be gone, ma'am. I'm sorry, ma'am, but that 20 gonna be gone. All right, let's go. You gonna be blaming the kids? Have you seen my 20 I had about batches? No, I don't know nothing about that. Now, come on now. It's Umar. All right, here we go. Boy, that's wild.
You came to Wilmington last week. Did you go past the school? Norfolk State. Send the invite. I was already at Norfolk State 8 years ago. Send the invite.
Look at this guy. He's so lazy. He be struggling to get up. Here you go, smacking.
Ah, man. What I'm going to do with you Negroes?
Or cut it out. Umar get out the bed rolling sideways and shit. Let me stop.
Good morning to all my beautiful African queens. Good morning to all my beautiful African queens. Good morning to all my beautiful African queens. To the elders, to the youth, to all Dr. Umar supporters, male.
Deadbeat dads union. I'm gonna set up my very own Deadbeat Dad Union. I'm gonna set up my very own Deadbeat Dad. I said, I'm gonna set up my very own Deadbeat Dad Union this month.
My Swedish African queens, I need me a Southern omelet. Where my Swedish African queens at? I need some breakfast. $20,000 for the debate.
Why did he get up out the bed to lay back down on the bed? Was it to get the banana? This gorilla needs to stop. King Kong. Yeah, we need 7 more likes to get to 600. Let's see if we can do it. This guy. What you gonna do? Oh, he's so sloppy. What in the world? Boy, y'all crazy.
Selma, Alabama, Friday, March 21st. Who pulling up? Where my Alabama Africans?
Yeah.
Where are my Alabama Africans? Selma, Alabama.
Yeah. No, well, you know what? I when I first looked into him, and it was brief. It was in 2014 when he started the St. Paul's fundraiser. That fundraiser video was circulating on Facebook and on YouTube, and someone sent it to me and said, "What did I think?" At that time, I didn't know nothing about it, so I was like, "No, he looked like a scammer." I didn't say to myself, "This guy's batshit crazy bananas." I didn't say that. But as I researched it more recent, in later years, it becomes very clear and very apparent that he got a whole bunch of screws loose. Even for him, the symbol, the imagery of it all, for him to be laying in the bed and then he gets up to eat a banana. There was one video recently we covered. He's juggling watermelons. So now you got watermelons, you got bananas. You call yourself King Kong, who's a gorilla, as an ape. I mean, what are we doing here? See, he don't have no self-awareness whatsoever. That's part of he's bananas. He don't. Just a big old weirdo. Thanks for the super chat. Here we go.
Friday, March the 21st, Selma, Alabama. Friday, send the 20 G's. He got the 20 G's. Hit my PayPal. PayPal.me/Umar the
see him scratching.
psychologist. Send it to my Zelle. Y'all know my number, 215-989. Send the 20 G's, and I will debate your struggle streamer leader.
He's talking about Callaway.
Send the 20 G's, and I will debate your struggle streamer leader right now. We can go live right now. Send the 20 G's and tell your struggle streamer leader I'm going to bring him up right now. Send the money. Send the money right now.
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
Send the money right now. We can go live and debate right now. Pretendians versus Pan-Africans. Let's go. Pretendians versus where the 20 G's at? Pretendians versus Pan-Africanists. Let's go right now.
Oh, it's for a debate.
Let's go right now.
Yeah, Miss Fed, it's for a debate. So what he's saying, because they was trolling him, but Calloway, he was in his chat at this time, and they were trying to get Umar to debate Calloway, and they were saying that they would pay him $20,000.
Pretendianism versus Pan-Africanism.
I thought it was 10,000, but maybe Umar's asking for 20. I don't know.
Where is the 20 G's? We can debate right now. Let's do it right now. Send the money. Send the money.
The money. Send the money.
I don't have to pin my PayPal. It's Umar the Psychologist. PayPal.me/Umar.
See him scratching?
The Psychologist. One word. PayPal.me/Umar the Psychologist. That's my personal PayPal. Donation PayPal is PayPal.me/FDMG Academy.
Well, is he scratching or is this the ADHD? Because he does that too. I don't know which one it is. Y'all let me know in the chat room.
But you're sending it to me. The debate is with me, not the school. 20 G's. Or you can send it through Zelle. Dr. Umar Johnson at yahoo.com. Send the 20 G's. He ain't got 20 G's, and neither do you.
How he know he ain't got 20 G's?
He ain't got 20 G's, and neither do you. Today, we're setting a new record. We're setting a new record for the block party. This is the largest block party I've ever had. The largest block party I've ever had. This is the largest block party I've ever had. I done sent about 100 people.
Dang.
The largest block party ever.
Yes, he's
the largest block party I've ever had. Let's see who else. The largest block party I've ever had. Oh, I'm getting them. Don't worry. I'm not even going to call them out. I'm waiting for the 20 G's from the leader of the Pretendian struggle streamer community. I'm waiting for the 20 G's from the leader of the YouTubian struggle streamer community so we can get this debate on. I'm waiting for 20 G's from the leader of the Pretendian struggle streamer community so we can get this debate on. Where's the 20 G's at?
Where the 20 G's at? We're almost done. Thank y'all so much.
Selma, Alabama. If you need the flyer, you can text me for it. Huntsville, Alabama.
That's what I heard because I had saw that part when Dane was covering it. And I don't watch Dane, but because I was looking for this particular video, because Umar, he live streamed it, but it didn't archive on Instagram for some reason. So I was looking for it online, and Dane had recorded it. He had recorded it while he was live streaming. And so from what I understood, he did send them. What he did was he sent it to him, but there was rules or stipulations associated with it. And for whatever, what basically what Dane was saying, and again, I don't know for sure, but what exactly was going, but from what I remember, Dane was saying something like Umar wouldn't accept it because of the stipulations.
Monday the 23rd, Selma, Alabama, Friday the 21st, Huntsville, Alabama, Sunday, March 23rd, Selma,
yeah,
Alabama,
that's what it was.
Friday,
yeah, thank you, James. And shout out to James. James has helped me so much, y'all. He's helped me. I can't even express how much he's helped me in terms of getting videos, finding videos, sending me information about what's going on, because I've been really, and I have been busy since November of, 2023. But James and Brother Dion, there's quite a few people, Black Anonymous. I just want to send a shout out to everyone that's been helping me out, and it makes it a lot easier. Okay, so shout out to James. He sent me a whole lot of information. But yeah, that's what the situation. Umar wouldn't sign the invoice. The thing that if Umar signs an invoice, now there's a record, and there's going to be stipulations on that invoice. So if you say, listen, I'm going to participate in this debate, you sign the invoice. The stipulation is it's going to be in there that if you don't do the debate, then there's going to be an automatic refund. Umar didn't want to do that because he's a scam artist. See, it's more than like that. Umar, if they would have just sent him the 20,000 straight up, he would have just kept it. See, that's what Umar would have done, and not done the debate. He'd make up some excuse or whatever, because that's what he always does, and he would have kept the money, just like he did with he did the same thing with King Randall. Yeah, and if y'all really think about it, he's done the same thing to his donors. He said he was going to open up a school. That's what he told people. He didn't say I'm going to take 5 years to find a school. That wasn't the goal. He didn't say I'm going to take 6 years to sit on this trap bando after 5 years pass. That's not what he told. He told people he was going to open up a school. He hasn't fulfilled that, but he's kept the money. He's still asking for money. He's such a con man and scam artist. That's what he does.
March 21st. Selma, Alabama, Friday, March the 21st. Huntsville, Alabama, Sunday, March the 20th. When are you going to send it? I'm ready now. I'm ready now. You mean to tell me all you struggle streamers on that and y'all can't come up with 20 G's? All y'all together and y'all swinging from that man's pubic hairs 7 o'clock in the morning and y'all can't come together with 20 G's.
Why is he talking about another man? Man, this is y'all's principle.
Where is the 20 G's so I can debate the leader of the struggle streamers? Pretending.
Somebody said, get on your, the other day, someone said, get on your child support. Get on your child support. Yeah, get on your cash app. Get on your child support.
Send the money now, Ninja. I'm ready to go live and do the debate right now. This is easy work. Easy work.
Yeah. Yeah, he is. Living in these struggle motels. Mm-hmm.
This is the largest block party we've ever had.
He is. It's going to get real bad in about a month or about 3 weeks. 3 weeks.
We're going to do the debate once I get the money. We're going to do the debate. That's easy work. They want me to debate the leader of the pretending struggle streamer community.
He's talking about Dane Calloway. There's a whole big thing going on right now. Yeah.
We should be building, but y'all just want to debate. Y'all don't want to build nothing. Y'all like being slaves. Y'all like being slaves.
He's so mean.
Y'all like being slaves. We talking about debating. We supposed to be building, but we debate. We supposed to be building schools and hospitals and banks and supermarkets and distribution and manufacturing and homes, but y'all want to debate. See how trifling we are. But I'm going to take your 20 G's real quick. I'm going to take your 20 G's real quick.
Yeah, you talking about Dane Calloway. Y'all crazy.
The largest block party of all time. I'm cleaning house today. Come on, where y'all at? Where y'all roaches at? I know we got some more roaches out there.
Hey, he calling people.
I know we got some more roaches. Another roach. Goodbye.
Oh, good. Yeah.
I got
Excellent. Yeah, everyone, we can just do what you can to improve your situation. I have, most definitely. I'm so thankful. And thanks to everyone who encouraged me back in the day. Yeah, keep going.
Bug spray for that ass right now.
Umar tripping. Here
I got some bug spray for that ass. Where y'all roaches at? Come on. Where y'all roaches at? Where y'all roaches at? They go another roach, cockroach. They go a cockroach right there. Where the rest of the roaches at? Where the rest of the roaches at? Who tapping in? Somebody tap in. Tap in time. Who tapping in?
This guy, boy.
I want to tap in. Where the queen's at?
I know.
Who tapping in?
He blocked him.
I love you too, King. Thank you, brother.
Dave.
We never quit.
All right.
I'm going to the wheels fall off, bro.
Somebody said Ray.
To the wheels.
Ray Tuesday.
Thank you.
He's nuts. He really
Thank
is.
you, brother.
Something wrong with him.
We don't use the N-word on here, so I gotta block you.
Look
Another
who's talking.
roach.
Umar,
Come to
you were dropping all kind
Minnesota
of
Somali.
N-words
Shout
in
out
the
to my
city, man.
Minnesota Somali Africans. They ain't sent the 20 G's yet. Pretendian Nation ain't got no money. You mean to tell me the Pretendian Nation ain't got no money?
He's always, well, he
Y'all
don't.
can't go get a loan from the Cherokee Nation. Y'all can't go get a loan from the Seminole.
He clowning now. Umar talking about roaches, but look at this.
Strong alpha male, send those resumes in. FDMG resumes at gmail.com. FDMG resumes at gmail.com. FD
You know there's roaches up in here. Come on now. Cut it out, Umar. Look at this.
MG
This is last residence.
resumes at G.
Look at this. Now, y'all know there's some roaches up in here and other stuff too. Snakes, crickets, spiders, chinchillas, all that. I think I see a pony. I think I see. I'm serious. I'm serious. I think I saw a pony head in there too. I ain't gonna lie, family. It looked like a pony, a black conscious pony. For real.
Email.
See right there. You see in the back? You see that pony? Look at the window. If you look at the window and you see that, see the little ears poking up, that's a pony. yeah, dinosaurs. Umar got dinosaurs in here. Plenty of roaches. Shout out the information, man. But I do believe I saw a couple of dinosaurs in there. Yeah, you know there's a gang. There's a gang of ants, alligators, possum, some mises. Yeah, this right here, Patrice. When we first saw this, I mean, I'm not in shock now. It's still gross and really, really wild. But when I first saw it, I mean, it took me out. I could not believe it. I could not. Yeah, but this is he's been homeless since 2019, but this was his residence. He got evicted from here in 2019, but he had received another eviction notice at the same residence back in 2010. So what it appears to be is he's a hoarder and he don't clean up. And this is probably about 9 years of filth and trash accumulated. He has a little walkway down the middle, but that's it. It's crazy. And see, Umar, he's such a deceiver. What he did was he set up behind him, just in the corner, this small little area. And if you look, he has it somewhat organized. So it looks like he's black conscious. See this? This is what I mean by he's a master manipulator. He's a deceiver. But he accidentally flipped that phone, and this is what happens.
FDMG resumes at gmail.com. FDMG resumes at gmail.com.
See that pony head? See that pony head back there? It might be a baby giraffe, but I think it's a pony because the neck is kind of long for a pony.
Is what we're looking for. My thing is
No, I can't put that as no thumbnail because that's trigger warning. Because some people, it's triggering to see that kind of filth. I'm kind of like that myself. My wife, she'll tell you I'm like that. Like if something needs to be cleaned up and it's right in front of me, I'll clean it up, even though I probably shouldn't. But I'll do it. But I wouldn't go in here and clean up because this is a biohazard. Ain't no telling what kind of shit's up in here. This looks like a crack den, to be honest with you. But yeah, this type of stuff is triggering the people because it's so filthy. Yeah. Look at that. There's a big old TV back there, one of them old school TVs with the big back. Trash on top of trash, filth on top of filth. And this is how he was living in this. That's the crazy part. There's one thing that is there, okay? But what's really crazy is that's where Umar was. He's living in that every single day. He waking up. Well, he was traveling too at that time though too. But the point is that when he comes home, that's what he was coming home to. And he would just live stream. I have all kinds of videos with that backdrop. A lot of people haven't seen those videos, old videos. That's every time he was live streaming like that. Watch real quick, then we're gonna be done. Watch this. There's no way. I could not live like that. I would live outside before I live inside of filth. That's for real. And I couldn't be going over nobody's place who's living like that either. But let me show y'all what I mean. Let's go to that's in 2019. Let's go to 2016. Let me see if I can find a video where he's in there. A lot of videos of him in hotel rooms in 2016, but that was his residence even then. Let's go to 2017. I might have to go earlier. That's probably why. 2017. Yeah, a lot of hotel motels. I have it where he was in a storage unit too. I could pull that one up. It was a library. He called it the Pan African Library. Oh, this video right here is crazy right here. You guys got to see this one. This video right here, we should do a live stream just to cover this one. Hold on one second. This one right here was, you heard the music already. Hold on one second. We should do a live stream next week just to cover this one. He was high as a kite in this one. He was in a hotel room, but this one right here, this is one of the craziest videos you'll see of Umar.
Ancestors sit at the feet of God. Your ancestors sit at the feet of God. And your ancestors are the only spirit that's obligated to help you because they belong to you. In silence. Get quiet.
Without sounding like
yeah, he was tripping big time in this video. But anyway, let me pull up. I apologize. I mean, when I go through these, I just, it's amazing to see where he was at back then. This is when he was eating real good. This one right here. Look at Umar's face.
Peace and love, Black family. This is the Prince of Pan Africanism.
This is 2017. Look how chunky he is.
To you live.
They were trolling me.
Yeah, I'm here. Some fool.
That's when he was selling pillows, FDMG pillows.
Something else is going on with him.
I'll be right back.
I think because when we look at the causes of behavior, the motives of behavior, it's to get attention. So is he not performing because he don't feel he's getting enough attention from you or the stepdad? Is that a possibility here? Is it a situation where mom, dad, and daughter are all very tight, but he's the black sheep, as so to speak, in the family? Like, is he fitting in with the family, or does he seem like he's kind of in his own world within that house?
Well, what are you talking about?
I would say him and his sisters are very competitive, and so they are. So in that way, I would say yes. I mean, they are competitive against one another from birthdays to, yes.
Okay. Yeah. So, attention is one factor. Emotional issues could be another factor. I think you should get him.
Okay. Look.
You have to deal with the devils in America, and you have to deal with the devils who watch expected from the mom and the dad. So number one.
Yeah, he sets this is from 2018, but he sets all this up to make it seem like stuff's organized and he's quote unquote black conscious. But the truth is that he was living in filth the whole time. Look.
Strong alpha male, send those resumes in. FDMG resumes at gmail.com. FDMG resumes at gmail.com.
He's living in filth.
MG resumes.
Look at that. I mean, and it's wall to wall. Look at that. But see, he's a deceiver. He set it up to where it looks like this.
The movie.
See? But he was living in filth. Yeah, it's the same spot. In fact, this spot, it has a bathroom. There's a bathroom near him on that side of this little this room. There's a bathroom there. His mama's side closet, there's no bathroom there. It's just a sliding door that he would go to. But again, Umar's been homeless. This was his last residence, and he got evicted from here in 2019. I'm gonna tell you what I think happened. I'm pretty sure this is what happened. Then we're gonna finish up. Was that he spent that $400,000 on those abandoned buildings in February of 2019, and that was about his last. It's other people's money anyway, but he should have been sitting on about $1.2 million at that time. Yeah, $1.3 million. I've already done all the math on this. But he had run through all that money since 2014. We got, let's see, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 20, excuse me, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. We're talking about 5 years. He ran through all that money over the course of 5 years. So when he puts that $400,000 down, allegedly, because they never provided any receipts on that, it could have been much less. That was close to being his last. So there was two things. One, he didn't have the money to stay current on his rent because he never pays bills anyway. But the other thing, that in his mind, he figured that he was just going to move in to FDMG, to these abandoned buildings in Wilmington. That's what he was attempting to do. Yeah. All right. Let's finish this up. There's only about maybe 3 minutes left, and we're going to be done. Here we go.
Nation, y'all can't go get a loan from the Choctaw. You mean to tell me you broke ass Indians? This is crazy. This is crazy. How you going to be a pretendian with no money when the Native Americans got all these casinos? This is crazy. The pretendians say they broke. How?
Roses are red, summer soaker gun, and I don't miss. Fools try to test me, but they already know I got this. Yeah. You got to send me these. Because I'll do something with them. Please send it to me. I'll get something together for you all on this. Thanks there for the lovely poetry. What do we call this? The Umar Johnson. I don't know. How about Umar Floetry? Umar Floetry Johnson? Something like that. Yeah. If you can compile all this and send it to me, I'll put something together. It'd be like an intro for the show. Thank you. Then also objectively biased says, how long until the grifts how long until he grifts and starts selling books? No, he's been selling books. He has 2 books. But if you follow Umar long enough, you realize that there's been so many people in the comment section and otherwise where they're waiting for their book to arrive. See, Umar doesn't handle business. He'll take the money, but he doesn't handle business. In other words, he'll take the money. He won't send people's books out. There's been so many people I've seen over the years. It's like, I'm so disappointed, or I still believe in you, even though I didn't get my book. I ordered it 6 months ago, blah, blah, blah. But see, Umar is all about getting the money. He's not about delivering on his promises. See, if someone sends you money to order a book, to pay for a book, but they expect for you to send in the book. It's like a promise that needs to be fulfilled. Well, Umar never does. Well, not that he never does it, but he's been known not to handle that business and not to fulfill those promises. See, so listen, I've seen Umar sell pillows. There was one time he was talking about his Nikes that he was going to take them to Africa to sell them and then buy dashikis. What else? He sold people the dream of FDMG. I mean, it's not tangible, but it's still selling people on something that is fake. You know, he'll do whatever he can to get money. You know, he sold himself, talking about he wants the date with the doctor, anything for money. See, it's sad because, like I was saying earlier, what he could have done is just focus on his career as a school psychologist, and he made a decent living just doing that. He could have done other stuff on the side. You know, and he would have been just fine, you know, but he has a lot of issues. He doesn't handle business. His mind is all over the place. He lacks organization skills. He's lazy. He's gluttonous. He's depraved. He's sexually depraved. You know, he's a sexual deviant. And then there's other things too, but he doesn't care about people. He doesn't connect to people on a humanistic level. That's why he can after being absent for 22 years in his daughter's life, he could disparage her here in 2025. He'll disparage her mother. Her mother ain't done nothing. The mom ain't even out here talking, telling the business. She could, if she wanted to come on the show, I would have her, you know. But Umar, he doesn't connect to people on that level, and it's clearly evident with his child situation. But see, that's why he's in crisis right now, not because his daughter came out to speak out about him, but because of everything that he's been living dirty for such a long time. Again, I have the whole sequence, all the videos that I could find of his daughter speaking about Umar and telling different stories about Umar and the relationship to the mama and child support and court and all this other stuff. And I compiled them all together into one file. And that will be one of the things that we get into next week. In fact, before we finish here, let me just see here. Where is this at? Yeah, it's not coming up here. It's right here. Let's see. I don't know if I put it in this folder or not. Redacted. No, I didn't put it in the right folder. Yeah, I'll have to go and find it. But anyway, hold on one second. Let me look at my 2025 and today's live stream. Let me see. What else responds? Reversion. Is this it? No, that's not it. Yeah, let me go to details. I need to see the length because I think it was about an hour long. Yeah, this is it right here. I titled it "Everything That Umar Johnson's Daughter Has Said About Him So Far." And that's this video right here.
This man tried to say, text me, you and your mom can meet for dinner. You used to beat the shit out my mom, though.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks Subjectively Biased too for the super chat. It's about an hour and 8 minutes long.
The internet move fast, but I feel like.
So how you go from not being in my life to now you an active father? It's not adding up. We were supposed to meet Thursday, but he not responding to me and he's blocked. So I don't care. He's blocked.
Yeah, it's so sad. And I think Thursday, that would have been this Thursday, right? Yeah. All right. Okay. So let's finish this up. We'll get to that video. It's just going to be a longer live stream. We'll go through the whole thing. And then what I plan on doing is after we do that live, I'll release it as just one video on YouTube. Just upload it. And then that way, other people, they'll be able to download it and they can give their commentary on it, so forth and so on. It's just such a sad situation for the daughter and for the baby mama, for that matter. But Umar just goes to show you he's been living dirty for such a long time. He's hurt a lot of people.
Pretendians be broke when you got all these Native Americans with casinos. Ain't no money in my PayPal from y'all. Stop lying. I done already checked. Ain't no money in my PayPal because it ain't there. Y'all ain't got 20 G's. All that pretending talk.
Yeah, they sent them an invoice.
And y'all can't even come up with 20 G's.
Yeah, shout out to all the fathers too out there that's handling business. So Cookie Crush chat pillows. Oh, that's wild. Yeah, my wife, she wanted to go get some Ethiopian food. That's her favorite. I like it too. It's really good, but my favorite is Indian food. Yeah, Umar's struggling.
The largest block party of all time. The largest block party of all time.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
You don't need no.
He was also selling onesies for babies. He was selling T-shirts. He was selling hoodies and other stuff. I totally forgot about that one. Jimmy, you remember that pissed me off right there because he living in filth like this, and he's gonna be selling onesies for babies. Look at this.
Male, strong alpha male, send those resumes in. FDMG resumes at gmail.com. FDMG resumes at gmail.com.
One could argue, yeah, but this was in 2019 and he was selling onesies. Like, it doesn't matter. His filth follows him wherever he goes. That's how he lives. He lives like this. But can you imagine purchasing a onesie that you're going to put on the baby? The baby's skin is very, very sensitive. You guys know what I'm talking about. Anybody who raised some babies. But why in the world will Umar living in filth like this be trying to sell onesies? That's crazy. Look at this.
FDMG resume.
Listen, even if your baby had a like a jacket on and snow pants and all that stuff, and you bring them in here, you wouldn't even keep the baby up in here, let alone put a onesie on them up in here. You know what I'm saying? Look at this.
At gmail.com.
Yeah, I forgot about that. He was trying to sell onesies. I was so mad back then. I was like, nope, ain't got no sense. He ain't got no business. Anyway, let's finish.
Invoice for PayPal, you just send the money, bro. You don't need no invoice for PayPal.
Oh no.
You don't need no invoice. All you do is send the money. Get out of here.
Yeah, thanks for super chat to Objectively Biased and them. Appreciate it. Yeah, we almost done here, everybody. Thank you all so much for tuning on. Let me go ahead and close out this poll.
You don't need no invoice. Send the money. What you need an invoice for?
See that?
Send the damn money. Talking about the invoice.
Umar trying to
send me some food stamps through PayPal. This shit crazy.
Invoice, food stamps. What are you talking about? Okay, real quick. Let me close out this poll. We had 1,583 votes. The question is Umar Johnson a hypocrite for being absent in all three of his children's lives? Okay, and then I got to refresh this. Give me 1 second. Also, I'll give you the total. We are at 692 likes. Let's see if we can get to 700 before we close out. We need 8 more likes, and then before we get to 700, that would be awesome. Again, the poll is Umar Johnson a hypocrite for being absent in all three of his children's lives. 1,588 votes. 93% say yes, and 7% say no. So overwhelmingly, and I totally agree, he's definitely a hypocrite. I'm going to close this poll out. Thanks to everyone who voted. I appreciate it. And also thanks to everyone who sent in super stickers, or if you sent in CashApp or PayPal, I appreciate the support. Thanks to the Miles for handling business. Cook Crush Chats undefeated. Thanks to everyone for the engagement. Thanks to everyone for the likes, and thanks to everyone for being awesome. Okay, let's finish this up. We got about 2 minutes, or actually a minute left on this video, and then we'll go ahead and roll out. We'll close out with California Love. All right, here we go.
PayPal. You don't need no invoice to pay somebody. You need an invoice to bill somebody. These Negroes is crazy.
Here you go.
These Negroes is crazy. You don't need no invoice to pay nobody. You need an invoice to bill somebody. Get out of here. Good morning, my beautiful African sisters. Good morning to the unapologetically African alpha male kingdom. How far is the school? You should already know this. Why y'all be asking me the same thing over and over again? I told y'all we got to do the floors.
Thank you. Your kids will see this, gifted a membership. I appreciate it. And whoever was gifted that membership, make sure you thank your kids will see this. I appreciate it. Let's go. yeah. We're so good. Yeah. He didn't want to deal with the terms and conditions. That's why they sent him an invoice. They know he has cameras. Where's the scoop? I should leave this up there for the rest of the show. Where is the school? Umar hates him.
Rest in peace to Fred Hampton. Rest in peace to George Jackson. Rest in peace to France Fanon. Rest in peace to Little Bobby Hutton. Rest in peace to Huey Newton.
That's what they
Rest
said.
in peace to our Princess Punchy Carter. Rest in peace to John Huggins. Rest in peace to Geronimo.
Roll call. He ain't got nothing else to talk about. Yeah. How far is the school, sir? Got to do the floors and doors. Floors and hold doors.
Rest in peace to Johnny Cochran. Rest in peace to El Haj Malik El Shabazz. Rest in peace to Emmett Till. Rest in peace to Patrice Lumumba. Rest in peace to Kwame Nkrumah. Rest in peace to Medgar Evers. Rest in peace to Maurice Bishop.
I need to be in bed. I'm tripping.
Who's gonna go live? Let's tap in. Who's going live with the Prince?
Nobody.
Who going live?
He struggle streaming.
Somebody tap. Rest in peace to Sandra Bland. Rest in peace to Sonia Massey.
Somebody said, "Rest in peace to your cash." Yeah, Swagodito. Rest in peace to your cash out. That's wild. Yeah, it's about to go out. Boy, they got the heater back on. It's hot.
Black Queens forever. Ladies, make sure you do your voiceovers. I'm gonna get ready to get out of here. Ladies, make sure you do your voiceovers and send them to me. You can email them or text them. Don't inbox on Instagram. I got too many Instagram messages. I won't see it. Text me your voiceover. Email me your voiceover. This is a special gift to baby mama number 1 and baby mama number 2.
Oh, man. Umar, you tripping.
Some of the queens believe that this would have never happened if I wasn't posting voiceovers of beautiful African sisters.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with it, Umar. Come on now.
So since they got mad at me posting voiceovers of beautiful African sisters, we're going to post some more voiceovers of the beautiful African sisters. Mhm. What's in the voiceover? Come on. Why are you asking me that? Come on, get with the program now. It's crazy. You don't know what a voiceover is?
Tripping.
My goodness.
Yeah, he really is. He really is. Them jeans.
Struggle streamers is off the chain.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get me a breakfast.
He gonna go get him a breakfast.
Stockholm, my Swedish queens, my Swedish African queens.
Yeah, yeah. Rest in peace, Angie Stone. Yeah. Umar moaning and shit. He moaning. He go
Already
moaning
said most of.
He moaning like a sea lion again. Umar moaning again
Beautiful
like
African
a sea
sisters.
lion. You know
So since they got mad at me posting voiceovers of beautiful African sisters, we're gonna post some more voiceovers.
Yeah.
Of the beautiful African sisters.
You bring it up easy. He got you tripping. Ricky. They got this chat room. Y'all crazy.
What's in the voiceover? Come on. Why are you asking me that? Come on, get with the program now. It's crazy. You don't know what a voiceover is? My goodness.
Boy, it's crazy. Oh man. Yeah, nobody tapped in.
Struggle streamers is off the chain.
Oh, no.
I'm gonna go get me a breakfast.
Not the bananas.
My Stockholm, my Swedish queens, my Swedish African queens.
All right. Here you go moaning. Here you go moaning again. He likes sardines though. He does. He said that one time. Yep. Yeah, I know. Yep. What's up, Fuchil? Did he fall asleep? Oh, he just paused.
Already said.
Yeah, that's it. That's the end of it right there. Boy, Umar crazy. All right. We have much to get caught up on next week. We'll probably live stream Monday or Tuesday. I want to thank everyone for tuning on. And thanks for everyone for this week. This has been awesome. The last 6 weeks has been incredible. A lot to cover, wonderful streams, lots of engagement. The support is there on so many different levels. I want to thank everyone inside the Cook Crush chat. Yeah, I know. Yeah, really. Yeah, this was a classic. If for nothing else, for the laughs. Okay. Thank you, ESB, for the super chat. Thanks, everyone in the Cook Crush chat. You guys are undefeated. You guys are the ones that make this so very enjoyable. I always look forward to it too. I look forward to it every single time. You know, I don't take not one of you for granted. I do not. You know, I try to do my best to put on a good show. You know, people are benefiting from it on different ways, and in different ways, including people waking up to Umar being a fraud. That in and of itself is more than worth the time. But I want to thank everyone for your continued support of the channel. Thanks to all the mods for handling business. Thanks to everyone who sent the super stickers or super chats. If you send the cash or PayPal, thank you so much. I appreciate it as well. We will be back next week. Please enjoy your weekend. Cookie Crush chat is undefeated, as we always do.
Bell, the product, bell, collar for the dreaming. And run step in this bed, that nigga who's from money and alcohol, the feed of the best five ball, and jump, to the body, the rhythm died, to the college, to the champion. That's right. What we do? He's a low man. Like a slow jam. It's West Side, so you know that I'm bad down to no man. What I'm saying, put it up, bomb beat from Dre. To the roof of the leg. From Oakland to West Side. The back down. Show me love. It's out about it.
All right. He really got that show me love in there. He was waiting for it. Thanks, ECB, for the super chat. Cook Crush chats, undefeated. Thank y'all, everyone, for tuning on in. Okay, I appreciate y'all's presence, and we'll be back very, very soon. I love y'all, and y'all take care. All right, peace.